bench.
Yeah, he really did, and right when they needed him as well, the injury, and he got in there and basically controlled the offense and threw a nice little pass into the corner for a touchdown to Galladay, and then he hooks up with Galladay again down the field, throwing a laser, and that got him in position to score the go-ahead points. And then the defense took over for him on a Boomer Mays interception, basically sealing that win for the Huskies.
Toledo no longer undefeated, ranked number 24 in the initial college football playoff rankings as Toledo goes down. And of course for Buffalo, the senior quarterback Joe Licata, Ray, he's done just about everything for the Bulls.
Yeah, he'll make his 38th career start tonight. He's a grizzled veteran, makes very good decisions, extremely accurate in the short passing game, in particular to his tight ends. And the coaches love him in terms of his courageousness and toughness of hanging in the pocket.
Just about set and ready to go as Northern Illinois won the opening coin toss and deferred. Buffalo Bulls dressed in their black home uniforms on a blackout night, and the Huskies, white jerseys, red pants, as we are set and ready to go. From the 3-yard line, here come the Bulls. And brought down at the 35 after a nice return. It'll be 1st and 10 for Buffalo on the opening drive of the game after a return of 27 yards. Jordan Johnson, the return man, obviously critical for both of these teams, ready to get off to a fast start tonight.
No question about that. And Buffalo comes in with a really, I think, underrated running game. They have 2 backs that they'll use. Jordan Johnson, number 2, Anthony Taylor, number 1. And they'll get a pretty good mix between those guys tonight. They want to run the football and then hit you with play action.
Licata, of course, just 166 yards away from becoming the Bulls' all-time passing leader. And on first down from the 30. Out of the shotgun, the pump fake, and down the field he goes, running wide open, and incomplete at the 30. In and out of the midst, and that's a catch you got to make in a play like that. Brandon Smiley, the intended wide receiver.
And Smiley does a little stutter step and then gets behind the defender. I mean, he was so wide open. He took his eyes off the football, and that is the cardinal sin when it comes to trying to catch a football. A big miss right there for Buffalo.
Smiley, 4 catches, 27 yards this season. Those are the plays you got to make against a Huskies team that's won its last 4 ball games.
No doubt. You have to capitalize on those type of things.
Empty backfield, 5 wide on 2nd down. Licata with time, and the pass incomplete. So back-to-back drops right out of the gate for the Buffalo Bulls.
And McGill drops that one, and he had every receiver, all 5 of them across in that empty formation, run a cut to their left. So depending on which side you're on, it's either an in or an out cut. But that is one that has to be caught. 0 for 2 and drops for this Buffalo receiving corps.
Bulls have struggled on 3rd down throughout this season. In the midst of a 3-game winning streak, but they've struggled on 3rd down, still 19 for their last 60.
A lot of those are 3rd and longs, Roy, that they get themselves caught in by throwing the ball on the first couple of downs.
4 wides. Pressure comes. Licata down the field. Pitch and catch. Needed 10, gained 12. And the drive continues for Buffalo.
Nice job by Licata of avoiding that rush. It looked to me like he ducked initially, expecting to get hit, but he got away, and that created a little bit of time for his receiver McGill to get himself open.
Brought down by Marlon Moore.
You might not recognize this. That's a huddle that you're seeing from this Buffalo football team. They will go fast at times, but they are a huddle-up unit, like to possess the football, keep their defense fresh.
Anthony Taylor now in the backfield. Bulls need to run it effectively tonight. Here they go play action. And in the flats, find his big target, Ron Willoughby, who makes a move and into the red zone, spins his way down for the first down after a gain of 30 yards.
And Willoughby is the receiver they like to throw the ball deep down the field to. Not really known for his shiftiness necessarily, but he gets a big cushion and he makes the move, and then it's a foot race down the middle. And that's just shabby tackling, a bad attempt. You leave your feet to try to make a tackle. A lot of times you're going to end up with a face full of turf.
He'll be the 2nd leading receiver for the Bulls. Buffalo loves to throw it to the tight end. Matt Weiser is a player to keep an eye on, 89 in black. And the handoff. And some misdirection crossing the 15. It'll be a gain of 4 on first down. And brought down by Marlon Moore.
Northern Illinois defense has got to bow up in this situation, at least force a field goal attempt here.
Handoff, Taylor, far side again. Into the pile he goes. Close to first down yardage. And brought down a few inches shy. It'll be third down and inches coming up.
And this is really a waist down opportunity, and Buffalo's going fast, and I wouldn't be surprised if they threw it up into the corner.
More tempo, deep handoff, Taylor. Didn't need much, stacked up at the line, driven backwards. He'll be short of first down yardage. Folliard with the initial contact, and that's going to be enough. And now decision time coming up for Lance Leipold.
Yeah, you kick this one, get points. I know they actually lost a yard or two on that one, so they're going to bring the kicker out and try to get points here early. And just want to compliment Boomer Mays. He showed up second on that tackle and forced it backwards.
A 26-yard field goal sent to be attempted off the foot of Adam Mitchison.
He's had a couple blocks so far this year.
And on the way, kick is up. And it is good. So Buffalo strikes first. A quick scoring drive, ending in a 26-yard field goal attempt. And our new score, with 12:05 remaining, the Bulls lead it by 3.
Marcia, what happened?
Peter hit me in the nose with a football.
No, sweetheart.
Shut up!
Marcia, eat a Snickers.
Why?
You get a little hostile when you're hungry. Better? Better.
Marcia, Marcia, Marcia.
What makes a great beer? It's a battle between hops and malt. Flour versus grain. Bitter versus sweet. Too much hops, and you've got a pint full of pine flavor. Too much malt, and all you taste is caramel. There's only one way to win this battle, by achieving balance. Sam Adams Boston Lager. Hops and malt in perfect harmony. No more, love more.
No matter how long you dig
or how hard you work, Wrangler Comfort never lets you down.
Wrangler 5-star premium denim jeans are built with a U shape. They don't cut into you like jeans with a V pattern.
Wrangler.
real comfortable jeans.
Just steady, buddy.
Steady, Betty. Never quit it.
You fire it up.
Am I the only one with a meeting?
I've got to.
Yeah, we gotta go.
Carol, thank you so much.
I gotta say it, man. This is a nice setup.
Too soon. Skin.
Nissan Sentra, J.D. Power's highest-ranked compact car in initial quality.
How do you know if that steak sandwich you're eating is from Arby's and not some other fancy steakhouse? If you can taste A1 Special Reserve sauce on top of all that thinly sliced Angus steak, you're at Arby's. No one else has that sauce. Other hints might be, did the steakhouse smell like curly fries? Was your waiter wearing an Arby's shirt? Arby's, we have the meats.
Yes, New Year's Eve will be so awesome, watching college football through confetti. Missing out is not an option, so plan accordingly.
Back inside UB Stadium, Ray Bentley, Roy Philpott on hand. Buffalo, an early 3-0 advantage. This critical MAC showdown. A beautiful night for college football. 8 plays, 60 yards in just under 3 minutes. A couple of critical third down conversions. And the Bulls in business after the Mitchison 26-yard field goal. DJ Brown back deep to receive this kickoff from Tyler Grassman. And Ray, you got to believe for the Bulls, some confidence there in that opening possession with the offense.
Without a doubt. I mean, they missed a couple opportunities, too. You look at the drop passes. They could have scored a touchdown much quicker than they kicked that field goal.
Turner will field it inside the 10. And with a brief alley, crosses the 25 up to the 30. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Huskies right there. And a late flag on the field as well from the back judge. Check the penalty with our MAC officiating crew, led by Greg Blum this evening. them up 15.
Yeah, Liddell Fleming, a defensive end on special teams, got himself involved in a little something after the play, and it'll cost him.
Well, after a return of 22 yards, they'll net 7 as we take a look at Ryan Graham for the first time. Replacing Drew Hare, who injured his Achilles, had surgery last Thursday. Graham effective on the road in the come-from-behind win against Toledo. The pass is out of bounds, looking for Turner.
One thing, when I watched Graham in that game last week, he missed about 3 of those gimme-type easy throws. And it was interesting because he made a lot of nice throws that were more difficult. It's one thing I want to watch on him tonight. Those gimme-type throws, can he just put it in there?
Joel Guanyo in the backfield. And the handoff end around will go short of the 20. As Galladay gets the carry. And a short pickup, it'll make it quickly 3rd down.
And they like to get Galladay involved any way they can. He's really risen up as the premier playmaker on this offense. So they'll hand it off to him, they'll move him around, and they'll throw it in his direction quite a bit.
With 43% on 3rd down. Quarterback draw. This is where Graham can beat you. And he comes up about 3 yards short, so the Buffalo Bulls defense holds as Brandon Crawford makes the tackle.
And that is another confidence boost for this Buffalo football team. Coming in here a slight underdog in this ball game, but they've really been playing well. Kind of figured things out with their new coach, Lance Leipold, who took over last December, and they bought into his system.
Jake Ambrose on to punt this one away. Colin Lisa will call for the fair catch inside of his own 35. Punt of 43 yards. Timeout on the field as we step aside. Our early score, 3-0 Buffalo.
For the first time in history, Little Caesars presents
the Deep, Deep Discount. Get our premium Detroit-style deep dish pizza with more cheese and pepperoni on sale for just $6 until November 15th.
Pizza, pizza.
For the second time in history, Little Caesars presents
the Deep, Deep Discount. Get our premium Detroit-style deep dish pizza with more cheese and pepperoni on sale for just $6 until November 15th.
Pizza, pizza.
I absolutely love my New York apartment, but the rent is outrageous. Good thing Geico offers affordable renters insurance. With great coverage, it protects my personal belongings should they get damaged, stolen, or destroyed. Excuse me.
Delivery. Hey, lo mein, Szechuan chicken, chopsticks, soy sauce, and you got some fortune cookies. Have a good one.
These small New York apartments.
Protect your belongings. Let Geico help you with renter's insurance.
The kind of wondrous moments that live forever happen here every day. Create your family story at Disney Parks. Unforgettable happens here.
FanDuel has definitely changed my Sundays. It's made it a lot more interesting.
Get more excitement out of every single football game with FanDuel. And with immediate cash payouts and no commitment, you choose when you play.
I've deposited a total of $35 on FanDuel and won over $2 million.
Choose a one-week league, pick your team, and join the millions of people who've already won money on FanDuel.
It's like the best adrenaline rush ever.
Try FanDuel today and get a free entry into a 50-50 league. Just finish in the top half to win cash. Go to FanDuel.com and enter promo code CHIPS.
ESPNU College Football Primetime is brought to you by Disney Parks. Unforgettable happens here.
Sights from around the country here on Veterans Day. Pride beaming here on campus at the University of Buffalo. And here inside of UB Stadium, Ray Bentley, Roy Philpott back here with you. 3-0 our early score. Just about 4.5 minutes in. It's Critical Max Showdown. 1st and 10 coming up for the Bulls. Back now to live action. And Joe Licata, who was 2 for 4 on that first scoring drive. The deep handoff and driven backwards for a loss of 2. Nothing doing on 1st down. A tackle by Ben Compton.
And Compton came in there, made a hit, and then Boomer Mays, the linebacker, once again finished things up. And one thing Northern Illinois will do on rundowns, they will send linebackers into B gaps. right on the snap. It's not even a situation where they read, and they had a lot of success doing that.
Buffalo with a couple of interchangeable running backs in the backfield tonight, Taylor and Johnson. A little stutter step, that's Johnson. And he'll pick up a couple on 2nd and long.
And once again, Buffalo finds themselves behind the chains, facing a 3rd and 9, 3rd and 8, right around there here, and that'll, of course, go to the arm of Licata.
Anthony Taylor checks back in. He's banged up for a couple of games. Johnson started the last 3, in fact.
And everyone's looking at those wristbands. That's how they get the play calls in this offense.
And 3rd down and 8 out of the shotgun. Here comes the pressure. Licata just had to dump it off quickly to avoid the big loss. Anthony Taylor, the intended target, out of the backfield. And heavy pressure from all over the place that time, Ray.
And Ben Compton, the defensive end, red screen right away, and he was all over the back, so there was really nothing for Licata to do other than just kind of dump it down. You see the number 56, he just peels off on the back, and it was time to abort the play for Licata.
Tyler Grassman on the field to punt this one away, averaging nearly 42 yards per attempt this season.
It's like they're going to try and go after it here.
And some movement up front. And I believe the Huskies, a tad bit early that time, will check the penalty.
Yeah, the pointing started, so we'll let the officials figure it out. But yeah, I think you're right. Northern Illinois went first, then Buffalo moved. And if you go into the neutral zone forcing that movement, it'll be on the defense. That's quite a long discussion for an offsides situation.
Penalty going against the Bulls.
Yeah, they made the judgment that the man did not get into the neutral zone before the Buffalo offensive lineman moved.
Breach the guilty party. He's been banged up in recent weeks as a reserve linebacker. 4th down and long. Backup Grassman 5. Chris Beebe back deep to receive. That Chad Beebe. And from the 35, no fair catch. Dives forward. Crossing the 40, the son of Don Beebe, the former Buffalo Bills wide receiver. Net 6 on the return. And don't forget Saturday Night Football presented by Walmart as number 12 Oklahoma faces off with undefeated and number 6 ranked Baylor on ABC at 8 Eastern. Of course, this game has massive implications on the college football playoff next month. Saturday at 8 on ABC, also streaming live on Watch ESPN. Bears have won the last 2 against the Sooners.
I'm liking the Sooners in this one.
On 1st down, Huskies. Buono, his first carry. He's for positive yards. He'll net 2.
That's the way it would go if the season were over today, but there's obviously a lot more football to be played, and it's, I think 3 of those teams will be there, and the one that won't is Ohio State, in my opinion.
Guys have struggled at times, especially at quarterback without J.T. Barrett. Of course, he was suspended. And now we'll start this weekend against Illinois. Nick Gilbo, the tackle that time against Buono.
They're being a little conservative here early on with Ryan Graham. And just keeping the ball on the ground, not really testing his arm out too much yet.
Buono again, lassoed from behind, spins his way close to midfield. And Ray, he'll be caught down about a yard short of 1st down yardage.
Yeah, Damone Harris makes a great play coming off the edge. And usually when you hit Buono, that you're going to get a few more yards pushed on you. That time he went down right away. We'll see if they go for this or are they trying to draw him off sides.
8 for 17 on 4th down this year. Buono, far side's got 1st down yardage close to the 45-yard line.
Great patience by Buono. When I watch him on film, that's one of the things. He's such a great cutback runner because he's not in a big hurry. He lets that blocking develop and then gets himself into the hole.
Here comes tempo. Buono leads the MAC in rushing yards. A patient runner this time and fortunate to get back to the line of scrimmage. Brought down by Chris Ford.
And his center, Ness, Andrew Ness, was leading the way, pulled outside to try and get in front of it. This Northern Illinois Husky offense is much better running straight ahead as opposed side to side.
Out of the pistol on 2nd down. Graham with time now takes off. And slides down safely inside the 40. It'll bring up 3rd down and 4. Gilbo credited with the tackle.
And that, when we spoke with the coaches, Rod Carey and Bob Cole, the offensive coordinator, they emphasized the athleticism of Ryan Graham and his running ability.
3rd down. Extending forward, had to make the 45. And that'll be good enough to continue the drive as Jordan Huff gets his first carry of the ball game.
And Huff's an impressive runner, too. Big 5'11", 218 pounds. He's a load.
You see Rod Carey, 3rd season in DeKalb. As Huff near side picks up a couple more. This tempo has been fierce by the Huskies.
Yeah, they've got it ramped up pretty good right now, and they've got Buffalo on their heels a little bit, a little unorganized, trying to get lined up.
2nd down and 5. Under 7 to play in a fast-moving first quarter. There goes Huff. Keeps the play alive and dives forward down to the 15. Into the red zone he goes, and it'll be 1st and 10 for Northern Illinois.
I wouldn't be surprised if Buffalo were to take a timeout here to try and slow this offense down, because they are really using the tempo and the pace to get things done right now.
After a gain of 12, back to live action. Ryan Graham, nowhere to run this time. Brought down for no gain. Dadabo.
This is the area of the field, Roy, where they like that +1 running game, which means the quarterback is that one, and you'll see a lot of quarterback keeps when they get down in this area.
11th play of the drive. Play action towards the end zone, and it is caught for the touchdown. Kenny Galladay brings it in, and Northern Illinois its first lead of the night.
Galladay just outbodied Marcus Baker on that slant route, and it's a mismatch physically. Galladay is 6'4", 200 pounds, working against a 5'10", 185-pound senior corner, and he's just going to win by getting his body in position to totally box out the defender.
He's one of those players that stands out coming off the bus.
Yeah. He's the guy I'd send off the bus first, just to get him thinking.
6th touchdown of the season for Kenny Galladay, the big hero last week in the win at Toledo. And the Huskies on the scoreboard for the first time tonight. They grab the 4-point lead.
It's a slant inside. Galladay with the big body gets it, and the Huskies up by 4.
Texans Bengals at 8:15 Monday on ESPN.
Remember writing letters to Santa? Scrawling heartfelt words to the big man in the red suit who could make all your wish lists come true. Bring those memories back at Santa's Wonderland in Bass Pro Shops with crafts, games, and a picture with Santa, all for free.
No jeans are both comfortable and good looking. He's still not getting it. Can you please tell him?
Actually, New Lee jeans are both comfortable and good looking.
Yes. So put the jeans on. What's the matter with this? Everything.
New Lee jeans with active comfort denim. Comfort never looked so good.
This New Year's Eve will be so awesome. The stars have all aligned. So match your jerseys and cummerbunds, 'cause now it's playoff time. Yes, New Year's Eve will be so awesome, watching college football through confetti. Missing out is not an option, so plan accordingly.
When you got a lot on your plate, having one tool to get the job done helps you work smarter. Craftsman tools have a long history of making tool sets that help you move from job to job without skipping a beat. Like this 42-piece 3/8" dry bit socket set. No need for all those hex keys anymore. This ratchet set does it all. With all these bit sockets and an extension on the ratchet, I can get into all the tough-to-reach places, saving my knuckles and saving time. With this set, I have all the tools I need to get the job done quickly. No more hex keys. Just get this handy 42-piece set. Get it now at 70% off for only $29.99. And Craftsman hand tools are protected by a lifetime full warranty. This holiday season, Craftsman tools are the perfect gift for the one who keeps things moving around your house.
With their first lead of the contest back here in Buffalo. Ray Bentley, former MAC Player of the Year, alongside of Roy Philpott. Glad you could join us tonight. Kenny Galladay has been rock solid. 11 plays, 59 yards in just over 3 minutes some of the fastest tempo we've seen in a while.
Yeah,
Ray.
they had it cranked up, and it's easy to go tempo when you're running the football. You know, you don't have guys having to run back to get lined up and all those things.
Johnson watches it go out of bounds. And the penalty coming up against Northern Illinois. Had a tinge of Baylor in that last possession by the Huskies. We talked about that Baylor-Oklahoma matchup coming up this weekend. And of course, if you want to watch that matchup, if you're out and about this college football Saturday, don't miss any of the action while you're on the go. Stream any game live by downloading the Watch ESPN app or by going to watchespn.com. And of course, that app is free. Important time of year in the world of college football. Now 2 weeks into the college football playoff rankings. Play action on first down. Joe Licata looking downfield and short arms that one. A late penalty flag on the field near the 32 as a pass falls incomplete.
He's going to call defensive holding, it looks like here. There was a receiver trying to get to the flat.
Number 8, 10-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
And Liddell Fleming latched onto him.
And a free first down coming. That moves the football all the way up to the 45-yard line. A fresh set of downs as well. Trips to the near side. They'll send Weiser in motion. And the handoff goes to Taylor. Stacked up behind the line of scrimmage, and he'll lose a yard on that play.
Good defensive play for Northern Illinois. William Lee getting across there, getting into it. Peyton as well. And this defense has been pretty stout, except for a few pass plays there early on.
Lead the MAC in interceptions this season with 14. And just like Buffalo, a nice come from behind victory a week ago, as we referenced earlier, against Toledo. Backside pressure picked up, floats it downfield. Willoughby, and he makes the catch in traffic inside the 30-yard line. Strong hands on that sequence, Ray, and it's 1st and 10 coming up for the Bulls. Lurie in coverage.
And the key was they picked up the blitz, and they gave Licata time to get the ball down the field. It'll be the right side of your screen. The back does a nice job of cutting the linebacker, gave Licata the chance to throw it, and Willoughby went up and took it.
Bulls go tempo after a 37-yard pickup. Gain of 4 on first down. If Buffalo can manage anything in the ground game tonight, Ray, you got to think that's going to be critical for their hopes.
It will, because they want to throw the ball deep, and to do that, you have to establish the run.
Towards the end zone, same play. Willoughby shoved out of bounds.
He came up with that.
Made the catch, and they're going to say it's incomplete. He was out of bounds.
What an effort, though, and Willoughby has made a few catches like that throughout the course of this season. A big one-hander last week against Kent.
The ruling in the
really
field is that the receiver did not establish himself back in bounds. It is an incomplete pass. Third down.
At the end of the play.
Logan was described to us as the most fundamentally sound cornerback on the roster, according to defensive coordinator Jay Neiman this week. And on third down, Licata with time, floats it deep once again, incomplete. And outstanding coverage. Albert Smalls looking for Robinson, and he just cut him off at the path right there, looked like, Ray.
Yeah, it looked to me like he had his hands on Robinson as well, but was able to get away with it.
Reserve wide receiver from Canton, Ohio. Fourth down coming up. And the field goal unit back on the field. Here's Adam Mitchison. As long this season, 46. This will be a 41-yarder from the right hash. And the kick on the way. And it is no good. So Mitchison starts this one 1 for 2, and our score remains 7-3. And for the time being, the Huskies defense holds.
Another missed opportunity by Coach Leipold's Buffalo football team, and they cannot afford to do that, miss scoring chances against a really tough Husky football team. I thought this thing was going to be in, and it just slides out at the end.
Football's a game of inches. And Huskies take over. Near side handoff. Buono takes it for a couple. Brought down by Nick Gilbo.
Gilbo is a fun player to watch. Number 43, that middle linebacker for Buffalo. He makes all the calls, runs the show in there, and he'll be sideline to sideline all night.
Play action. Graham tiptoes his way down the sideline, and he's got a first down for the Huskies. His athleticism, he's got the NFL bloodlines. His uncle Ken, of course, played in the league for a number of years, and his father as well, Dan, played briefly for Tampa Bay after a nice career at NIU as well.
Yeah, it's in his DNA, playing the quarterback position.
Tunnel screen, sit it out to Turner. Shaken. Alive is going to be wrestled to the turf close to the line of scrimmage. Clinton Earl made the tackle.
Good coverage down the field. There was nowhere for Licata to go with the football on that one, and it's not his strength when things break down in terms of being able to take off and make a play with his legs. That's just not Joe Licata.
So after the fast start by Buffalo, back-to-back scoring drives for the Huskies. And a critical possession all of a sudden right now for the Bulls. A quick pitch and catch finds his tight end on the slant. Brought down by Marlon Moore. They love the tight ends here at Buffalo. There's also a flag on the field. 61 receptions combined for the top two tight ends on this roster.
Yeah, and we talked to Andy Kotelnicki, the offensive coordinator, and he said,
following the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, offense number 70, half the distance to the goal, third down.
He said those big tight ends are, you know, textbook guys with the big bodies, 6'4", 6'5", 260 pounds in that area, and they take advantage of them.
We'll make it third down and a mile. John Kling, the guilty party, with the penalty. Native of the Empire States. Officially third down and 17. Licata will empty the backfield, 5-wide formation. With time, has his man Smiley. He'll come up 2 yards short of the first down. The tackle made by Shawan Lurie, who leads the country in interceptions this season with 7.
Yeah, Lurie is one of those guys that is, I don't want to call it lucky, but he's an opportunist. Let's put it that way.
Hey, nothing wrong with that.
No, not at all. He just seems to find himself where the football is, and Jay Neiman, the defensive coordinator, you know, kind of joked around about it with us a little bit. But when you got a guy that has that kind of luck, then you keep him out there and he makes plays.
Grassman back on to punt this one away. Beebe back deep to receive. And from the 34, return of 4 yards after a 40-yard kick. Well, Mr. Bentley, tell me who you like. The college football playoff. This is Ray Bentley's bracket right here.
I think Clemson is going to run the table. I think Alabama will do so as well. And then I got Baylor in there now because I think they belong there now, being undefeated. But I don't see them. I think they're going to get beat by Oklahoma this week. So you could cross them out and put Oklahoma in there. And then I got the winner between Notre Dame and Stanford as the fourth team in. Nobody from the Big Ten. I think Ohio State's going to lose one along the way.
On first down, in and out of the hands. That was the tight end Desroy Maxwell. And lucky that one wasn't picked off. Ryan Williamson in the area. Well, you're going to see Clemson this weekend at Syracuse. I saw Oklahoma last week in Norman. The Sooners, they are confident on both.
Yeah, which Number 19, Kenny Galladay, on a scissors route, a little crossing route. But Buffalo did a great job of creating too much traffic in the middle, and Galladay wasn't even able to get through there.
An interesting conversation this week with NIU offensive coordinator Bob Cole. He said they'll carry about 75% of the offense with Graham in there. As the punt is end over end and sliced out of bounds. Be 1st and 10 for the Bulls. So a big stop for Buffalo's defense, trailing by 11 after a 27-yard punt.
And this offense has to get going with the running game a little bit better. Just 12 yards carrying the football thus far. And that's not going to set them up to pass the ball, which is really how this operation works for Buffalo. The pass is the countermeasure. They want to establish that running game first and then take their shots down the field, which they've been successful with a couple times tonight.
And the jump ball to Willoughby has been effective here in this first quarter. Licata going to throw on 1st down again with time. And in traffic, delivers a pass incomplete, bobbled out of bounds.
That's Lurie again.
And they're going to say it's picked off.
Yeah, I thought he got the feet in. It was a great toe tap by Sean Lurie. Never gave up on the play. And we'll take a look at it ourselves, and you can be the judge. Did he get the toes down and have possession of the football in the field of play?
If so, that would be his 8th interception of the season.
To me, that's pretty... You know, I don't see the ball moving. That's the key. He maintains possession.
The ruling on the previous play of an interception is under further video review.
Right, if you didn't know any better, you would think that Lurie was the wide receiver there. He had those kinds of skills.
Right, he played it that way. And Harold Dinas, our replay official, is taking a look at it right now. Up there with him, Stan Evans, the communicator. A couple good fellas that I've worked with in the past. And they are a pretty sharp group. And I believe they'll do this rather quickly. It looks to me like it's an interception, the 8th of the year for Sean Lurie.
It's amazing how turnovers work in football. Sometimes it's just cyclical. One year you get a bunch, the next year virtually nothing. And this year has been the year for Shawan Lurie, a sophomore out of West Palm Beach, Florida. Led the country coming in, and that's one of the reasons why. Hands like that.
Yeah, that was just a really skilled type play of knowing where he was on the field and getting the... I think he had both feet in, to be honest. That'd have been good on Sunday.
Now the ruling on the field, of course, an interception. It has to be indisputable video evidence to overturn it.
After review, the ruling of an interception is confirmed. 1st down, Northern Illinois.
100%, and that was the 5th deep shot of the night for the Bulls. Just completed one, and that one the takeaway, no question about it. I mean, that's indisputable video evidence that that was the proper call.
1st and 10 for the Huskies from their 40. And out of the pistol, Graham will throw the screen. Turner couldn't corral it, and the pass falls incomplete.
He lost his feet is what happened. He initially had the ball and then tried to turn upfield, slipped, and then dropped it. But it was a little bit of a late throw. Graham had trouble getting the football the way he wanted it to get it out there.
Turner in motion, gets the handoff. And the end-around play crosses the 45, a quality pickup on 2nd and long.
Yeah, Nick Gilbo shows up for the tackle again, the middle linebacker running sideline to sideline, getting in there. And Buffalo is crowding the line of scrimmage trying to stop that run right now.
That's the end of the first quarter. Time out of the field.
Well, a fast start for the Huskies. A couple of touchdowns, Ray. An impressive start for Northern Illinois with an early 11-point lead.
Yeah, and they getting it done by throwing it in the air for Northern Illinois, making plays all over this football field. And when you have it going, you hit the hammer and get to the edge. And Guanyo went to the house. 14-3, the Huskies.
Arkansas, LSU, Saturday at 7:15 on ESPN.
Well, DirecTV beat us in customer satisfaction again for the 15th year in a row. But we have a plan.
When our customers are on hold, let's up their satisfaction with some new hold music.
That's Glenn from the mailroom. He DJs on the weekends.
Sorry, who is it?
It's Glenn from the mailroom. He DJ'd Bill's wedding.
You what?
He goes by DJ Glenn. He works way downstairs.
What did he say?
Glenn from the mailroom.
Get rid of cable and upgrade to DirecTV. Call 1-800-DirecTV. Pennzoil is taking synthetic motor oil performance to a whole new level. Make the switch to Pennzoil Synthetics at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
A gamer can be a professional.
Phil!
Oh.
Hey, man.
Hey, Peter. Oh.
Joanne, is that you?
It's me.
You don't look a day over 70, am I right?
If you're Peter Pan, you stay young forever. It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico.
Feel so young.
It's what you do.
You make me feel so spring has sprung.
I really want a cupcake. But not the calories.
Little sweet sliding down the banister. Someone crying because they can't have a cupcake.
I didn't cry.
On the inside, you did. Little Sweet can hear that.
He can.
Don't worry. Little Sweet brought you some sweet zero-calorie treats called Diet Dr. Peppers. Oh, yeah.
That is sweet.
Little Sweet defying gravity.
Is that Little Sweet?
Diet Dr. Pepper. It's the sweet one.
I'm a fan of things that go.
I'm a fan of all things shelty.
When it comes to snacking,
I'm a fan of hot and melty.
I'm a fan of DQ. I'm a fan of DQ bakes.
3 new oven hot snacks like the Buffalo Chicken Snack Melt, only at your DQ.
Meet Shelley. She can make a labradoodle look like, well, either one. And she's a marketer. All it took was constant contact. Thanks to Shelley's emails, all her clients have wagging tails. Try it free at ConstantContact.com.
Veterans Day 2015, we salute all the men and women in our armed forces. In fact, U.S. Army, see those being sworn in during that last break. 14-3 our score. Wednesday night action. Glad you could join us. Ray Bentley, Roy Philpott on hand. And third down coming up for the Huskies as Graham moves ahead. Short of first down yardage. It'll bring up fourth and short. The stop made by Nick Gilbo, and we've seen the Huskies in this situation, Ray, would like to go for it already with success.
Yeah, and I think they're going to go for it again. I'd be surprised, however, if Graham were to carry the football. This is where you take one of those big running backs, either Huff or Buono, and you slam them up the middle and count on that big offensive line.
Buono at 226 pounds, Huff at 218. And the handoff straight ahead, stacked up near midfield. And this one's going to be close.
It really is. And I think if the ball is marked on the 50, then they're going to give them that first down, and they must have gotten to the 50. So they signaled it, a first down. And it was close. Closer, I think, than Northern Illinois expected or wanted it to be. But the push by the big back Buono was able to move the chains.
Rod Carey telling us this week he has great feet, outstanding vision, and it's his time this season.
And that was great penetration, but the power, really, the push from Buono is what made the difference.
More tempo, Buono straight ahead, and the near side run crosses midfield into Buffalo territory.
And once they cross the midfield area, this is where the Huskies like to take those deep shots down the field. And I think Buffalo's set up for it with the way they've been running the football. I would not be surprised to see a play-action shot here in the next couple plays.
Buono Short of the line of scrimmage, 3rd down and long after the tackle by Nick Gilbo, a former walk-on who's the heart and soul of this defense.
I tell you, Nick Gilbo did a great job of wending his way through the traffic there, found himself a little window, shot through it, and made a solid tackle on a big back.
One out of 5 on 3rd down tonight. Graham with time in the pocket. Senses backside pressure, and there he goes. Ryan Graham needs to get to the 40, comes up 2 yards short. Needed 7, gained 5. Baker with the stop.
Nice play by Baker. The timing of when he left his receiver and coming in there and making the play, but Northern Illinois is going to go for it again. 3rd time tonight on 4th down.
2 out of 2 so far. Lance Leipold saw something right there that he didn't like. He's going to call a timeout, and maybe a well-used timeout on this critical play.
Timeout. Buffalo. Timeout of the field.
Now, start of the 2nd quarter. Huskies with an 11-point lead. 4th down and 3 coming up next.
Okay, what is this?
It's chewy.
Really icy.
Whoa, that's intense. It just hits you.
It's gum.
No, it's totally a mint. It's disappearing as I'm chewing it. Where did it go?
It's not a gum, not a mint. It's a breakthrough in cool. Icebreakers Cool Blasts.
AT&T presents the strongest of the strong.
Guys, in honor of Rivalry Week, we're gonna do something special.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Did you say Rivalry Week?
Rivalry Week.
Rivalry Week.
Rivalry Week.
Rival Week.
Rivalry Week.
Right way. Guys, it's Rivalry Week.
Strong enunciation. Desmond wins.
Who's strong enough to watch the college football playoff with Bo? Get stronger with AT&T, the network with the nation's strongest 4G LTE signal.
I'm watching that.
Ew.
Every Christmas is memorable. But a gift from Kay Jewelers makes it unforgettable. Because it's more than a gift. It's a memory she'll wear forever. And right now, you can save up to 30% on diamond fashions, like the incredible Diamonds in Rhythm at Kay, the #1 memory maker in America.
Every kiss begins with K.
What average underwear feels like. What Duluth Trading Buck Naked underwear feels like. Duluth Trading Buck Naked underwear feels like wearing nothing at all. No pinch, no stink, no sweat. Get a pair only at DuluthTrading.com.
Hey, fellow university students. Man, that Psych 302 class is tough. You know what makes me feel better? A great lunch, like this $5 fill-up from KFC. This popcorn chicken is made from one piece of chicken, not like those nuggets that come in funny shapes.
Are you Colonel Sanders?
Yes. I mean, no. I'm just a normal college student. It's finger-licking good.
Well, a change of heart for Northern Illinois head coach Rod Carey. After the timeout, he decides to punt it. So Lance Leipold, a nice decision there instead of going for it on 4th down.
Yeah, I like the decision by Coach Carey. 4th and really 3. Uh-oh.
And the snap bobbled. Ambrose punts it directly towards his right, out of bounds. And the Buffalo defense comes up with a massive stop and a miscue that time by Ambrose. Damon Harris with that pressure.
And really, he just drops the football, he being Ambrose, when he's setting to kick it. And he stumbles around, picks it up, and at that point, once he drops the ball, he's live. So you can go ahead and hit him, and boy, they did. At least he didn't turn around and throw it backwards to the other team, which we've seen earlier this year in college football.
Well, you got to wonder if he was watching Michigan State earlier this season. Case of the dropsies by the punter as Jordan Johnson checks in at running back for Buffalo suddenly with new life. And out of the power formation, Johnson tap dances his way. He'll gain 2 on 1st down. The tackle by Compton.
Johnson's done a real nice job for the Bulls this year. Anthony Taylor, the #1 back, injured, missed a couple games with an ankle injury, and that thrust Jordan Johnson in the spotlight, and boy, did he respond. A high school quarterback, kind of a dual threat guy back in the day, but he has proved his worth with this football team.
Johnson remains in the backfield. Play action, Licata floats it deep again. A dangerous toss, and is it picked off? No, out of bounds. Marlon Moore thought he had his first interception of the season as the leading tackler for NIU.
And Licata left this one just hanging out there. A late decision to throw it, and I don't think that Lisa was able to time his jump because of the proximity of the defender. Moore was kind of draped over the top of him a little bit.
The ruling of an incomplete pass in the previous play is under further video review.
Yeah, and honestly, I was watching the other part, didn't see if his foot was even in the end zone, so we'll take another look at it.
Ray, this is
I'm
close.
sorry, in the field of play. Well, he goes over the top. He's got the football. I don't know. It looked like the right foot came down out of bounds.
You only need 1 foot down in the college game, and remember, it has to be indisputable video evidence to overturn the call on the field.
Yeah, that left foot came down first, though. I'm going to say that's an interception as I see that look. That looked indisputable to me, that Moore went up, had possession of the ball. The left foot came down inbounds first. And I didn't see the ball, even though he was moving it around. I didn't see him lose possession of it, per se.
I'm with you. I think that's an interception. That would be Licata's second of this game. Morris, senior from Mobile, Alabama. Left foot down possession. Then the right foot comes down just afterwards.
Exactly. And I don't see any evidence of the ball being, juggled or moved around. He had both hands on it, firmly in the right hand. That ball never changed in terms of his possessing it. I think we're going to get a interception here. Harold Dynasty, a replay official, taking a close look at it right now.
Well, my friend, if that's not indisputable video evidence,
I don't know what is, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. You and I aren't disputing it, that's for sure.
Well, what an athletic play. We saw Shawan Lurie pick off Licata in the first quarter on a similar style of play. Brought it in right before going out of bounds. Let's check the call.
After review, the defensive player did catch the ball. It is an interception. It'll be first down for Northern Illinois.
2 for 2 on the replays thus far. But what a great play. He said it by Moore, of going up there and taking that football like it was his own. Love it when the defenders are aggressive and go after the football like it's supposed to be theirs. And it's unfortunate for Colin Lisa, because had he had his feet right, he would have at the very least been able to break that thing up. But he was kind of it's almost like when you go up for a layup off the wrong foot and you can't get any elevation.
Lance Leipold searching for answers. After the block punt, Turner on the end around. After the interception, and spins his way for first down yardage, a gain of 11.
Northern Illinois is missing Tommy Lee Lewis, their fifth-year senior speedster, who is the guy who usually takes those jet sweeps to the edge. And so they're trying to find another way to get it done, and Turner has been their answer thus far.
Darius Turner, dynamic athlete for the Huskies. Here's a rifle shot down the field. Galladay, and in traffic, can't haul it in. That was Boise Ross in coverage.
Yeah, if I'm going to go deep, I'm going to pick on the other guy on the other side. I'm going to go after Baker. Boise Ross is just too skilled, and his timing and going up for the ball is just immaculate. And you saw the way he's able to handle it there, and the ball a little bit out of the frame of Galladay.
Ram starts 3 for 8 tonight. And scoots out of bounds at the 41-yard line. It'll bring up third down and 3. Cameron Lewis in the area to force him out.
And that showed you the speed a little bit of Ryan Graham, because he got to the edge in a hurry after that jet sweep fake. And that's what they love about him, his ability athletic ability to turn something that's maybe a mundane play into a big play.
Officially, third down and a long 2. A stutter step, Blanyo. And turns around for first down yardage up to the 48. Alozzi finally brought him down.
Real nice block on that play. Levon Myers was able to come and take Nick Gilbo, the middle linebacker, just out of the equation.
And here comes that tempo. It's been lightning quick tonight for the Huskies. Garris Turner spins his way out of bounds again inside Buffalo territory. Databo with the hit.
And combined with the tempo and throwing the ball to the edges, it'll wear a defense out. And you see Buffalo just did a massive line change up front. They'll play as many as 10 defensive linemen throughout the course of a ball game.
Cameron Lewis slides out of bounds just before the snap. Turner again on the tunnel screen. Makes a nice move, a little shake and bake out of bounds. Down to the 37 and another first down.
He is pretty elusive, is Turner.
He's been the favorite target of Ryan Graham so far tonight and lines up in the slot here. And he'll get his number called once again. 22 off to the races. And a 10-yard pickup on first down. Alozie with the hit.
And Databo just got shaken up, number 17, by the quickness and the lateral movement of Turner. I mean, he kind of embarrassed him a little bit on that one.
Already 5 receptions for Garris Turner. Buonio inside the red zone. It'll be first and goal for the Huskies, and the tempo just wearing down Buffalo.
That, and you know, they've been going to the edge, and then bam, they hit you up the gut quick, and Buffalo just wasn't ready for it. And I mean, this is a beautiful hole that you see him get through there, and everybody got blocked.
And on the next play, the snap.
They had real bad snap issues against Toledo last week and cost him. And this really wasn't a horrible deal to Graham, but it's coming back so fast. And that's the, you know, it's hard to criticize a center for zipping it back there, but Ness, he throws a rocket back there. That's part of the problem.
Illegal substitution. Defense, number 17, half the distance to the goal. Wow. First down.
So instead of the snap going all the way back to the 20, you get a couple of free yards there for an NIU offense. It really doesn't need it so far tonight.
Yeah, a huge break for the Huskies on that exchange there. Instead of being knocked pretty much out of scoring position, and now Buffalo's trying another late change.
More laundry on the field. It crossed the goal line. You got substitution issues majorly right here, Ray.
Yeah, you've got 3-4 guys trying to run out onto the field, and I don't think if Northern Illinois did not substitute, then Buffalo, then they don't have to wait. And so, you know, Buffalo should have used a timeout if that was the case.
Prior to the snap, illegal substitution. Defense, half the distance to the goal. First down.
Look at the top of your screen right here. The Bulls.
Please set the game clock to 9:35. 9:35.
They wanted to match this big personnel group and get, you know, goal line personnel in there, and they weren't able to do it because Northern Illinois did not substitute. Had they substituted, the official would have stopped it and let Buffalo get in.
Buonio in the backfield gets the call. And stacked up near the goal line. The second effort still comes up about half a yard short.
And that's Gilbo again. He put his chest on Buonio, and then he had a little help from a couple other guys flying in there. Alozie was one of the guys, and it's hard to tackle a big man up high on the goal line and not allow him to push his way into the end zone.
It's even harder to do it 2 times in a row. Let's see. Did he get there? Waiting on the signal. Buonio. And he comes up just short.
Yeah, I think that's another good call. And that one, Brandon Berry was the primary linebacker that stood up and took on the battering ram that is Buonio. You had a guy coming up over the top. You saw him. That was number 23, Brandon Berry, who had moved from a safety position to play linebacker, and he's been very good. They found themselves one.
Handoff. Far side, touchdown Northern Illinois. On the 11th play of the drive, Huskies finally reach pay dirt, and 20 unanswered on the scoreboard.
That was a great cut by Joel Buonio. That play was designed to go over to the right side and he cuts it back to the left, finds himself just a little bit of crease. That's all he needed. And
the ruling in the previous play of a touchdown is under further video review.
So once again, back to the replay booth. From our angle, it looked as if he crossed the plane.
Yeah, it's a difficult angle from where we're at and from what we've seen thus far. And if we don't have a camera directly on the goal line, it's going to be very difficult to change this call.
How impressed are you so far with this Huskies offense and the tempo we've seen?
Well, that's the thing I was concerned about for their sake. And, you know, when you have a quarterback making his first start, you know, you can have some issues in that regard. But so far, Graham has really operated this deal quite well. And it's really tough to see from that particular angle. Here's a little bit of a better, closer to being along the line of scrimmage. And I don't see anything that would have me turn this decision around.
It's got to be indisputable video evidence. You hate to sound like a broken record, but that's what's required to overturn Buono's touchdown.
Yeah, I think
after review, the ruling of a touchdown stands.
Busy night for our replay booth. And veteran Matt Crew.
I got them 3 for 3 so far, and they're gonna hit me up at halftime, and they're gonna want a full report. So
that batting average is coming a little bit higher tonight, Ray. Pretty impressive.
Yes, I'll take it. As will they.
And Hagan on for the extra point, 2 for 2 this evening. And make it 3 for 3. Our new score 21-3, under 9 to play. And a
time on the field
here inside of UB Stadium.
The beast was as long as the boat. For 7 hours we did battle, until I said, "You will not beat me!"
Greg, what should I do with your fish?
Gary,
just put it in the cooler.
if you're a fisherman, you tell tales. It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
Put the fish in the cooler!
The cold truth is,
Okay, kids, let's go.
no one can really fill your shoes when you're sick. Alka-Seltzer Plus Hot Drink Mix has 4 cold symptom fighters to relieve your tough symptoms. Stay unstoppable. Alka-Seltzer Plus.
No jeans are both comfortable and good looking.
He's still not getting it. Can you please tell him?
Actually, new lead jeans are both comfortable and good looking.
Yes. So put the jeans on. What's the matter with this?
Everything.
New Lead jeans with active comfort denim. Comfort never looked so good.
FanDuel has definitely changed my Sundays. It's made it a lot more interesting.
Get more excitement out of every single football game with FanDuel. And with immediate cash payouts and no commitment, you choose when you play.
I've deposited a total of $35 on FanDuel and won over $2 million.
Choose a one-week league, pick your team, and join the millions of people who've already won money on FanDuel.
It's like the best adrenaline rush ever.
Try FanDuel today. We'll match your first deposit up to $200. Go to FanDuel.com and enter promo code DIP.
Alka-Seltzer Plus Day Cold and Flu.
On Veterans Day, we salute our armed forces back here in Buffalo. Ray Bentley, Roy Philpott on hand, Northern Illinois. Right out of the gates with a 21-3 advantage. Joel Buono, the story thus far, already over 100 yards rushing. In fact, 107 tonight. Nearly matching total offense so far for the Buffalo Bulls.
Yeah, he has been impressive, as has that offensive line in front of him.
Wednesday night action continues now from the 10-yard line and tripped up crossing the 20. First and 10 for the Bulls right there. And don't forget Saturday on ESPN, we've got two big games with playoff implications at 3:30 Eastern. Number 8 Oklahoma State battles Iowa State in Ames, presented by Cars.com. Then number 9 LSU will try to bounce back against red-hot Arkansas. The game will kick at 7:15, presented by Hilton Hotels. Both games also streaming live on Watch ESPN. With the Cowboys last week, a 20-point victory against Texas Christian, picking off Trevon Boykin 4 times, and making a statement in the Big 12.
And we talked about it before. I love their quarterback, Baker Mayfield. He's the Energizer Bunny for that football team.
Taylor the carry and a short pickup. Of course, Mayfield for the Sooners. You're like me. I think Oklahoma's got a chance to make a run at this thing with a tackle by Peyton on that previous play. Approaching the halfway point of our second quarter.
I think Buffalo's going to have to put the football in the air a little bit here.
Licata senses the pressure. Pitch and catch. Willoughby up to the 30-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 3.
Yeah, they just ran a double slant, and the way that works, you'd like to throw to the outside guy because the inside guy will clear that area out, and then the outside guy enters it, and usually there's a nice little window, a seam to throw the ball in. And that was a perfect throw from Licata. He led Willoughby excellently out of the reach of the defender.
Call him Mr. Buffalo here in these parts. Joe Licata, 5th-year senior who's done just about everything for this program.
And Coach Leipold said he's going to be the best alumnus ever.
On 3rd down, a quick strike caught. 1st down. And dancing across midfield, Marcus McGill. And the drive continues after a gain of 20. Marlon Moore the stop.
Yeah, and this is the same exact play, and it's really a 3-man slant because you take the tight end and put him in as well because you see him cross the middle there, and that just clears out the front side hook zone, which is exactly where McGill ran into, and another perfect throw from Licata. We go Wildcat now.
Here comes the Wildcat package with Jordan Johnson. And plows his way across the 45. A nice pickup. And still on his feet. That'll be a 1st down. A physical run. A gain of 18 yards.
And he had a little help with both of his tight ends. Matt Weiser first was kind of pushing him and helping him. And then Mason Schreck also at the end of the play was the guy assisting the ball carrier. And this Wildcat has been a really good package. Last week they ran it 7 times against Kent and won them for a touchdown, but it really helped them move the football.
And they'll do it once again here as Licata splits out wide. And Johnson nowhere to run that time, brought down in the backfield.
Yeah, that's Brandon Mays, the safety, and that's what Northern Illinois will do against this because there's absolutely no passing threat. They will move them safeties up to within 4 or 5 yards of the line of scrimmage, almost a de facto linebacker, and there's not enough hats to block them, and Mays found a little seam to come up and make the play.
Anthony Taylor back in at running back, and he'll get the screen. Behind the line, there he goes, Taylor. A nice move, bounces off a defender, crossing the 20. And after a gain of 15, that's another 1st down.
Excellent play call by Kotelnicki, the offensive coordinator, putting the screen into the mix here, and then a great cut back inside. And Licata does a sweet job of looking it off, and then the big boys are downfield paving the way. And I tell you, had Taylor not run into the backside of his own tight end Weiser, he might still be running.
Inside the red zone, Weiser set up strong side. And a quick pass, miscommunication that time with his running back, Anthony Taylor, who never turned around.
No, and that's on Taylor. He's got to get his head around immediately as he runs that route, knowing that he is basically the primary hot receiver. And Licata can get him the ball immediately or let him clear the linebackers. And he tried to get it to him immediately, and Taylor didn't have his eyes around yet.
Second down and 10, under 5 to play in the first half. And the handoff. Pick up a couple by Taylor. Perez Ford with the tackle.
And I mentioned earlier that Northern Illinois likes to blitz those inside linebackers into the B gaps and right on the snap, and that was the case. Boomer Mays shut that one off, forcing the inside cut where he had help. Haven't seen the tight ends involved nearly as much as I anticipated coming into this ball game. Let's see if they try to find him here in the red zone.
61 combined receptions this season to the tight end spot. They'll float it near the line. A dangerous toss. And there's the tight end.
Yeah, a little tight end screen.
Weiser with the grab, but it goes nowhere.
Yeah, and Buffalo has just about every tight end scheme you can imagine in their offense. They're trying to take advantage of the strength and skill of their really outstanding pair of tight ends.
I like how you framed it yesterday. It's kind of like dumping it down to the post in basketball.
Yeah, a lot of and I haven't seen that yet today. They haven't seen those big boys post up yet.
36-yarder from Adam Mitchison, who's 1 for 2 tonight. This one from straight away. Snap, hold, kick on the way. And it is no good.
Yeah, just straight up wide right, which are the 2 words you don't like to hear, at least in this area.
An accurate kicker coming into tonight, 1 for 3 this evening. And our score remains 21-3, Huskies with the lead.
Oklahoma, Baylor, Saturday at 8 Eastern on ABC.
Wrangler Advanced Comfort jeans are as comfortable as they are tough. They're built with a U-shaped construction. They don't cut into you like jeans with a V pattern.
Why is somebody always trying to tackle me? Wrangler, real comfortable jeans.
Remember writing letters to Santa? Scrawling heartfelt words to the big man in the red suit who could give you anything on your wish list. Then you'd stuff your big hopes and dreams into a little white envelope addressed to the North Pole. Bring those memories back at Santa's Wonderland in Bass Pro Shops, where kids can write a letter to Santa, try the RC trucks, see the model trains, and get their picture with Santa, all for free. That's right, free. Time passes. Hold on to Christmas.
Arby's and A1 have always been close to each other in the phone book. But now, Arby's and A1 are as close as 2 friends could be, snuggling together on a sandwich. Arby's, we have the meats.
Money. Awesome.
Income Property is a show about finding ways to generate income in real estate.
That's what I want.
This is the money shot of all money shots.
That's what I want.
The whole reason we're doing this thing is money.
It's time to start making some money. Cash in your pocket.
More space, the more money.
It's really the most powerful investing strategy on the planet.
All new Income Property, tomorrow night at 10.
I dare you to get on board with me.
On DIY Network.
Introducing Ancestry DNA. A simple, affordable DNA test that lets you travel up to 1,000 years into the past and discover not just who, but where you came from. All to help answer, once and for all, what it is that makes you, you. To learn your ethnic origins, order your DNA kit now at AncestryDNA.com.
ESPNU College Football Primetime is brought to you by Alka-Seltzer Plus Day Cold and Flu.
Back in Buffalo on Veterans Day, Ray Bentley, Roy Philpott on hand. Glad you could join us tonight. And a fast start for Northern Illinois, the Huskies, with an 18-point advantage. Time winding down in our first half. Inside of UB Stadium, Jordan Huff checks in. And the end around to Turner. Garris Turner, the far side, and a quality pickup on first down brought down by Williamson.
And the first guy rarely has a chance against Turner. He's that quick laterally.
And Brandon Crawford, the injured bull on the far side. It is a chilly night here in Buffalo, but not as bad as it could be this time of year.
That's for sure.
And with a timeout there, we'll step aside as well. 21-3, 3:11 remaining, first half.
I really want a cupcake. But not the calories.
Little sweet sliding down the banister.
Someone crying because they can't have a cupcake?
I didn't cry.
On the inside, you did. Little Sweet can hear that.
He can.
Don't worry. Little Sweet brought you some sweet zero-calorie treats called Diet Dr. Peppers. Oh, yeah! That is sweet.
Little Sweet defying gravity. Is that Little Sweet?
Diet Dr. Pepper.
It's the sweet one.
No jeans are both comfortable and good looking. He's still not getting it. Can you please tell him?
Actually, new Lee jeans are both comfortable and good looking.
Yes. So put the jeans on. What's the matter with this? Everything.
New Lee jeans with active comfort denim. Comfort never looked so good.
What's this?
A box. It takes worn-out things and makes them better.
It's our biggest breakthrough yet. We're taking worn-out batteries and making them into something strong. Energizer Eco Advanced, world's first long-lasting battery made with 4% recycled batteries.
Crispy M&Ms are back.
What are you doing?
You said to tell our fans crispy M&Ms are back.
Not those fans.
Did you mean this fan?
No.
What about that one? There's a fan in the break room. Oh,
so good, they're back.
What is that?
It's a wing ring. I ask it what kind of wings I should have, and it tells me.
I want to ask it a question.
I got like 2% battery.
You have battery in a ring?
All I know is like, no, you can't use it.
100% all-white meat boneless chicken wings in 6 delicious flavors. This is how you Sonic.
Well, don't forget college basketball is back on ESPNU Friday night as Coach K and the Duke Blue Devils host the Siena Saints. That's at 7 Eastern. Then at 9, don't miss the debut of Ben Simmons as he plays in his first game that counts for number 21 LSU as the Tigers take on McNeese State. Both games also streaming live on Watch ESPN. Can the Blue Devils repeat having lost Jaleel Okafor, Justice Winslow, and a handful of other talented players? Race begins coming up Friday. Hard to believe college basketball is back as Huff spins around. And a gain of 18 yards brought down by Alozi.
In 3 minutes and counting here, and really I don't think we'll change a whole lot in terms of how this Husky offense rolls, because they're going fast all night anyway.
Here comes the tempo. Graham. Boy, Graham's got some jets. That's one of the reasons this coaching staff really likes him.
Yeah, they were kind of, it was a different deal. They were excited about his ability to run, but you know, they have an untested true freshman behind him, so they do want to protect him as well. It's an interesting dilemma.
Max Scholar Athlete of the Week delivers once again to Turner, who's got the first down near midfield.
Yeah, the backup for Graham now is a true freshman walk-on by the name of Tommy Fiedler, who has not had a single snap in college football, but by all reports he had a great week of practice. So, but they do not want to see if he can carry that over to the field.
Well, impressive, Graham. This is his first career start tonight. Play action, looking deep. Galladay makes the catch in traffic. And first down and 10 coming up once again for the Huskies. And when you got a weapon like that, Graham automatically looks like a better signal caller.
Without a doubt. Galladay can adjust to the ball. Looked like Boise Ross stepped on Galladay's ankle and twisted his own in the process. You saw he fell down, and it left Galladay all alone and by himself. But I don't know if he'd stepped on it, what it was. The turf monster maybe reached up and grabbed Boise Ross.
Gain of 37 yards.
They can ill afford to lose him. He is their best cover man by far. And, you know, in speaking with the coaching staff, and in particular Brian Borland, the defensive coordinator, he said they may at some point have to move him around and match him up on Galladay if it were to become an issue. As it is, they play left and right, and Ross being the right corner and Baker at the left side.
Brian Borland told us yesterday as well he loves the depth up front with this team, rotating in as many as 10 different defensive linemen, but the back seven, your starters are pretty much who you're going to see out there tonight. And if Ross goes down, that is a significant setback.
Mm-hmm. And Northern Illinois will continue to take those deep shots as they mix in the running game and have success with the running game. They will hum it down the field. They're 2 of 6 on the deep shots thus far tonight, and you see it again, and watch and you see if you can see what happens and what. I really didn't see anything in terms of what almost sniper type thing where he just collapsed on the ground.
Well, finally up and moving and walking off pretty much under his own power, so that's encouraging for Ross.
Might be one of those ones he can shake off and get back in the ball game. Time will tell.
Cameron Lewis is the backup, just a freshman from Detroit. And for the gain of 37, Huskies back in that scoring zone once again with just over 2 to play in the first half. And crashing ahead towards the 11. Gain of 2.
I would not be surprised if Northern Illinois tries to get Galladay on Cameron Lewis and test out that true freshman and see if he can handle it.
Here comes more tempo. Baker matches up against Galladay for the time being. And Graham directing traffic in his first start.
Boatload of tight ends in there right now.
Fires a pass, caught at the 5. And spinning down inside the 5-yard line, close to a first down. Galladay makes the grab. He's been everywhere tonight, brought down finally by Brandon Berry.
Yeah, I was going to say they threw it to one of them tight ends because Galladay looks like one with that body size out there.
Galladay has been a human highlight reel this season with the one-handed catches for the Huskies.
He's something else, and they invent ways to get him the football and move him all over the place and try to exploit various matchups. And why wouldn't you with a talent like that?
Give him the first down on the pitch and catch. Huff push backwards at the 5-yard line after being gang tackled.
Really great play by the linebacker Brandon Berry. He stayed behind it with the patience, and all of a sudden it showed up and he was right at home where he was supposed to be and makes a solid tackle.
49 seconds remain in our first half. Second down and goal coming up for the Huskies. I was just getting ready to ask why the clock stopped. Here's our answer from our veteran officiating crew. Out of the MAC.
Hard count, trying to draw the Bulls off sides.
Huff in the backfield. Graham calls his own number, pushes the pile, and it'll be called down inside the 1. Hit by Nick Gilbo.
Graham got up behind the pulling guard, Max Sharping, who did a nice job of getting a push, and they're about as close as you can get without putting it into the end zone.
Graham and his mobility on display this evening in place of the injured starter Drew Hare. And with 14 seconds remaining,
Coach Carey calls that timeout.
So 2 remaining to negotiate this final play, perhaps on offense, just short of the goal line.
Yeah, and they really have, I think 2 downs. I know it's 3rd, but I don't see them wanting any kind of field goal here, especially inside the 1-yard line. Rod Carey's probably going to put that offensive line to work. If I'm calling that play, I'll hand it to Mr. Buonio and let him just push the pile.
Yeah, 16 touchdowns this season, including 1 tonight. Very impressive with his power, not to mention the footwork and vision.
And the great patience that he has. That's what stands out to me. And, of course, they go with Huff.
Huff, just a redshirt sophomore. So line up in the pistol formation. 10th play of the drive coming up. And now Buffalo will utilize one of its 2 remaining timeouts.
A little chess match going on here, back and forth. These coaches just letting the formation run out, see what they've got. And Coach Leipold takes that timeout. Northern Illinois had gone with the 3 tight end, the 13 package. And then they flipped it over, and we're in an unbalanced line situation. So they saw basically the hand, and now they're going to adjust accordingly with this timeout.
A chilly night here in Buffalo. And the Huskies
This
for
is
another
actually
touchdown.
balmy for Buffalo this time.
You got to remember where I'm from.
I know, a southern guy.
Actually, it's really not that bad.
We'll get your blood thickened up in no time. So he's going to spread it out, and this tells me to look for a quarterback run or a quarterback rollout until they shift back inside.
Huff in the backfield, 3rd down and goal. Galladay in motion, deep handoff. Huff, touchdown, Northern Illinois.
Yeah, a great block there by the center. Andrew Ness just took the nose tackle and just pushed him completely out of the way, creating a tremendous hole. You take a look at it yourself, and you see the job and the block there, and it was the center and the left guard just walled the entire defensive line from Buffalo out of the picture.
That offensive line for the Huskies, a couple of redshirt seniors, a few more upperclassmen. Extra point is up. It is good. 28-3 our score. 10 seconds remaining in the second quarter. An impressive first 2 quarters almost in the books for Northern Illinois, Ray.
Yeah, their ability to run the football has really been the difference in this game. 212 yards on the ground. And when we spoke with Coach Carey, he said he wanted more from his offensive line, and he said that not to diminish what they've accomplished, but he sees the potential that they have, and he grinds on them guys pretty hard.
Brandon Berry needing some assistance to get off the field. These two teams have combined to win their last 7 games, 4 for the Huskies, 3 for Buffalo. You see the scoring drive, 10 plays, 80 yards, just over 3 minutes. Quick strike ability for Northern Illinois also been on display.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of their offense. It's so well-rounded. They can pound it at you, but they also have guys that are home run threats with the likes of Galladay and the speed and agility of Turner. And they're even missing Tommy Lee Lewis, maybe their most explosive guy here tonight. They can come at you a lot of different ways.
And Hagan sends a wobbler down to the 3. And a brief alley closes up, crossing the 20. Well, 1st and 10 coming up for the Bulls, 4 seconds remaining.
Yeah, probably an opportunity for Joe Licata to take a knee or just hand it off and get in there at halftime and start talking about what adjustments need to be made.
And don't want to get too cute here, trailing by 25. Buffalo scored first tonight on the opening possession, went right down the field, settled for a field goal. And since then, 28 unanswered on the scoreboard for the Huskies of Northern Illinois. Halftime here in Buffalo with a score 28-3. Much more headed your way. Make sure you stay tuned after the commercial break to get more college football action with ESPNU Studio.
Oh.
Hey, man.
Hey, Peter. Oh.
Joanne, is that you?
It's me.
You don't look a day over 70, am I right?
If you're Peter Pan, you stay young forever. It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
You make me feel so spring has sprung.
Because we are modest. They think we can't be unforgiving. Because we're known for our manners. They think we can't reign supreme. Because we're not fueled by the spotlight. They think we won't steal it. Because we work out on the frozen tundra. They think we won't bring the heat. You know what we say? Nothing at all. Here, on our turf, on our field, we keep our heads down and our eyes up. And no matter what we face, we answer with sweat. Because action speaks louder than words.
These hands are made to work, so I don't waste time trying to get the grease off. I count on the Craftsman brand and their Mach Series tools to help me get the job done quickly. This Mach Series 53-piece set keeps me moving. Fast drive technology. An extendable reversible helix shaft delivers continuous rotation at 1.5 rotations per stroke. So I can roll through bolt after bolt. You get it today for 50% off, now only $49.99. And then there's the Mach Series 3/8 T-handle driver. An aluminum free-spinning collar can adjust quickly to help me drive in any screw. You got a really stubborn one? Use the strong square drive to break it loose. Good luck trying that with an ordinary screwdriver. And good luck finding a better deal on the T-handle drive. You get it now for 50% off at just $24.99. And Craftsman hand tools are protected by a lifetime full warranty. This holiday season, put Craftsman tools at the top of your wish list.
So here I am. I'm at USC. They just switched me from safety to corner. A new staff comes in. John Robinson, my DB coach, is trying to explain to me how to attack the option. So we're playing North Carolina, first game of the season, and I'm not real sure of the option. I've never really seen it as a defensive player. And so Dennis Thurman, my coach, is like, all right, you got the pitch man, you got the pitch man. I was like, cool. So we're in practice, and we're kind of going over it, and it looks good to me. I'm thinking I got it. We get in the game, and the very first play they run option, the quarterback comes out, he pitches the ball, and I take my helmet right underneath his chin, just laying flat. I'm thinking I'm got it all down. I come to the sideline, Dennis looking back, what the hell are you doing? Like, what do you mean? He said, I said, you got the pitch man. I said, yeah, that's the man pitching the ball, right? He goes, no, it's the man catching the ball. I'm like, who comes up with these terminologies? First of all, you have to remember, I was a wide receiver for 2 years in junior college. You're telling me I got the pitch man. I thought the pitch man was the guy pitching the ball. He's like, no, the pitch man is the guy catching the pitch. I'm like, it might have been easier if you'd have defined that a little bit better for me. So first half needs to say, it took a while to adjust to what the pitch man was. But after that, it settled down, I got it. But it's just one of those things where you realize that lost in translation happens even on the football field. Jason Sehorn, University of Southern California, never graduate.
Jason Sehorn knows a lot more about football now than he did then, which is why you should watch him and others, including myself. Charles sometimes as well. College Football Sunday, the only live Sunday morning college football show, 8 a.m. Eastern Time, Sundays, ESPNU, and the Watch ESPN app. Welcome into the set of Championship Drive.
For real.
Halftime continues back here in Buffalo, 28-3 our score. Huskies with the lead over the Bulls. Alongside a former MAC Player of the Year, Ray Bentley, Roy Philpott on hand. Take a look at our MAC storylines coming into tonight's ball game. A couple of games already in the books this week. Ohio over Kent State. Toledo, the bounce-back victory against the Chippewas. And then Bowling Green right now leading Western at halftime by 10.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people in the MAC West that are happy about that because that will be Western's first conference or division loss, and it'll put 3 teams tied with 1 loss heading down the stretch here. It's going to be a race to the finish.
Certainly opens the door for the Huskies as well. And a reminder, the ESPN app is a must-have for all college football fans. Never miss a touchdown or a game-changing moment. It's all the best highlights delivered from the field to your phone in seconds. I want you to download the ESPN app right now to make sure you stay in touch. Now celebrating Veterans Day here inside of UB Stadium. Our halftime score, 28-3. The Bulls with the lead. Make that the Huskies with the lead over Buffalo.
In a game, you can be a professional.
Phil!
Oh.
Hey, man.
Hey, Peter. Stop.
Joanne, is that you?
It's me.
You don't look a day over 70, am I right?
If you're Peter Pan, you stay young forever. It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico.
Feel so young.
It's what you do.
You make me feel so spring has sprung.
How to unplumber a butt. Step 1, find a butt. Step 2, check for cracks. Step 3, remove average shirt. Step 4, replace it with a Duluth long tail tee. The Duluth Trading Long-Tail T-shirt. 3 extra inches. Plumber's butt fixed. Get one. Only at DuluthTrading.com.
Residence Inn. It's not a room, it's a residence.
Lunch?
This New Year's Eve will be so awesome. The stars have all aligned. So match your jerseys and cummerbunds, 'cause now it's playoff time. Yes, New Year's Eve will be so awesome, watching college football through confetti. Missing out is not an option, so plan accordingly.
Beautiful night for college football back in Buffalo on Veterans Day. 28-3 our score. Start of the second half coming up right now. Tyler Grassman back on the field to kick this one away. And DJ Brown, or Garris Turner back deep to receive. Ray Bentley, Roy Philpott on hand tonight. Glad you could join us for this fast start by the Huskies. Trying to stay in it. And the always talented Mac West. Turner from his goal line. Crossing the 20 and brought down at the 27. Let's take a look at our Kay Jewelers Drive recap. We take you back to the first half. A couple of interceptions by this NIU defense. They've been red hot as of late.
Yeah, and these two plays were really outstanding. The first one, Lurie makes the pick. He looked like the receiver on that one. Tapped the toes down, and then Marlon Moore, he came up with the second one, another equally impressive play, and that led to the Buono 58-yard touchdown run, his longest run of the season, as Northern Illinois 212 yards on the ground, dominating in the first half without a big offensive line.
Buono over 1,000 yards after going over the century mark in the first half. 1,000, of course, for the season. A talented junior out of Aurora, Illinois.
Hey, excuse me, Roy, they only passed the ball 14 times in the first half. They are really protecting the young quarterback by taking it out of his hands and letting the big backs and some of the receivers make plays.
Chad Beebe, the end around, gain of 10 yards and brought down by Ryan Williamson.
I saw his father, Don Beebe, during halftime. Him and Steve Tasker, a couple of my old teammates back in the glory days with the Bills, are here tonight watching young Chad play a little football.
Empty backfield. Ryan Graham into Buffalo territory. The tackle by Nick Gilbo.
10th carry of the night for Graham. I think that's more than they really had planned on, but you can't, and I understand they don't want to get him hurt, but you got to win a ball game. You got to be who you are and do what you do. You can't be afraid of injury.
Buono pitched backwards. Brandon Berry and Damone Harris in on the tackle. Just underway in our third quarter. This game important for both teams. Buffalo with a win tonight would become bowl eligible. Ray, for just the third time in school history, and of course NIU trying to keep pace in the MAC West, as we mentioned a few minutes ago.
And speaking with Coach Lance Leipold, he said that would, if they made a bowl this year, that'd be ahead of schedule.
Ryan Graham keeps the play alive, brought down at the 36-yard line. Okazie Alozie.
I tell you, the more I watch Ryan Graham, the more impressed I am with his athleticism, running ability, and not only that, the way he's kind of in control out there. He's running this offense. He's just, you can tell he knows what he's doing, and he's very confident.
After a gain of 12, Boigno far side. Down to the 32-yard line. Tackled by Alozi once again, and here comes the tempo. Northern Illinois, of course, just 3 years removed from a berth in the Orange Bowl against Florida State. In fact, that was Rod Carey's first game as the permanent head coach.
You know, and it's interesting, he brought Ryan Graham into his office this week because Graham's first game was that huge win in Toledo last week where he had to take over in the second quarter, and he led the Huskies to a huge victory, keeping them alive in the MAC race. And he kind of compared it to his first game as a head coach, where in the Orange Bowl he wasn't so successful. And he kind of explained all that stuff to his quarterback and tried to take the pressure off him in terms of running the show now.
Trying to find his tight end. Ball may have popped out at the last second. Was only holding it with one hand. The Bulls claiming they recovered that fumble. And indeed they did. So a turnover on the opening possession of our second half by Northern Illinois.
He wanted the tight end, you're right, Desroy Maxwell. They ran that little pop pass, and he was running up the seam, but he was covered. There was no one, had no way to get rid of the football, so he had to put it down, and as he did, the pressure came, and the ball got slapped out of his hand. You see the defensive lineman reaches the hand in there. That's big number 34 getting it done for Buffalo, making the play. And that's Anyanwu.
Randy Anyanwu forces the ball loose. Lose yardage on their first play after the turnover. That was the first sack for either side tonight. And also the forced fumble. It'll bring up 2nd down and 12 after losing 2 on the run.
Buffalo needs some kind of spark. Now, earlier in a drive where they missed a field goal, they went to the Wildcat, and that seemed to get things going. But other than that, they really have not been particularly impressive tonight, and they have not gotten the tight ends involved as I had expected.
Taylor in the backfield, Licata with time, trying to find his big target. Willoughby makes the catch on the back shoulder throw.
Got another one-hander? No, he got both of them on at that time, but he's, Coach was talking about him too. Coach Kotelnicki, the offensive coordinator, saying he doesn't have the big blinding speed or any skills that jump out at you, but he's just got the knack. And we've seen it tonight with his ability to contort his body to make plays and highlight reel type catches.
Nice job there by Ron Willoughby. Here's the dump off and a short pickup. They'll give him 5 up to the 49-yard line, and Weiser finally makes a grab. It's meaningful.
They finally run the post-up play to the tight end where he's just going to go and basically box out the defender and show his numbers to the quarterback. And, hey, they pick up 5. Puts him in a second 5, a nice situation that an offense wants to be in. Get them ahead of the chains where they can call some different plays.
Shovel pass. Weiser into NIU territory. About 1.5 yards short of first down yardage, brought down by Boomer Mays.
And the old guard pulled around on that particular play, but he blocked his own man. He ends up knocking Anthony Taylor off instead of hitting somebody in a white jersey. It was Blodgett pulling around there and making that hit, but he hit the wrong friendly fire, hit the wrong team.
3rd down and short.
Wildcat.
There goes Anthony Taylor. Bullies his way forward. He'll have the first down, brought down by Logan. They've had success with the Wildcat package tonight, and again we see it there with Taylor.
Yeah, and it's really it gives them an advantage in terms of the +1 running game where you have that many more people to block than the quarterback or whoever it is back there that carries the football.
It's Leipold trying to find some kind of life with this offense.
Coach Leipold told us, we don't have a dual threat quarterback, so we have to go to the Wildcat.
It's the backup tight end Schreck in motion, looking for Willoughby. Same play, can't bring it in, but a flag on the field with Logan in coverage, and that may be pass interference coming.
Yeah, a nice back shoulder throw by Joe Licata, and that shows you the confidence that he has in Willoughby as receiver. Those two
pass interference, defense, number 29, at the spot of the foul, automatic, first down.
It's like an extra sense that they have between each other. You can see him get the ball out, and you know, and the rule is if he is even with that defender, then you throw the back shoulder. If he's got a step ahead, then you try to throw it up over top.
Kata out of the shotgun, surveys, and now floats it to the 25. It is caught, and with that pass and catch, Joe Licata now the all-time leading passer in the history of the Buffalo Bulls football program.
Well, congratulations to Joe Licata. It's been a lot of hard work and dedication that he has put into this program.
Mr. Buffalo, as they go tempo, handoff to Taylor. And on 2nd down and 5, he'll gain 1.
And Coach Leipold told us that the first guy to show up in his office when he got the job was Joe Licata, and he had looked at some YouTube footage of Wisconsin Whitewater, where Coach Leipold came from, to see you know, what the offense was, what they did, and was all very excited about this opportunity, and he's stepped up and done a great job.
Mr. Buffalo, he's known around these parts, as Joe Licata now the all-time leading passer in Buffalo history. Huskies show pressure. Here it comes, the quick release, and it's incomplete, looking for McGill. And the pressure affected that throw that time, Ray.
Yeah, he just had to get rid of it quick with that pressure coming. I say Buffalo goes for it here. Given the situation with the scoreboard, field goals aren't going to help you, and they're in pretty good position.
Kata stays on the field out of the shotgun.
He's got Willoughby with one-on-one coverage at the top of the screen, and the safety is all the way inside on the hash, so it might be a good time to throw to him.
He'll roll towards his left, flicks it downfield, and it is caught. Marcus McGill, another grab. And the drive continues on the 4th down conversion.
Great route by McGill coming back to get the football. And so many times guys will sit and wait on the ball, and we have Lurie down on the field. The way McGill comes back to the football is what makes this work. And Licata's going to throw it to a spot, and he throws from a lot of different platforms. That one, he just took it off of his hip and let it rip.
Lurie assisted off the field, leads the country in interceptions with 8, including 1 tonight. That's a developing story.
That was a key conversion on that 4th down to keep Buffalo's hopes alive in this contest here. They get some points on the board, and in fact 6 points on the board. It's going to change how they feel about themselves in this ball game, and it'll put another thought into the minds of Northern Illinois.
Kata's family, a Buffalo family. His father, a principal. His sister works with a couple of the pro sports organizations in the area. Licata towards the end zone. McGill, did he make the catch? He did for the touchdown.
This is the only place Licata could have put it, way up high, because the coverage is outstanding. And then how about McGill and the strength he had to reel that thing in, even though Albert Smalls was hanging all over him. That's a great football play. Just almost keep away. You know how you do with a kid that's a little young kid to hold the ball up, can't get it? That's what he did.
Extra point is up. It is good. And the Bulls with their first touchdown of the night. Marcus McGill from 11 yards out. Now the point after touchdown will count, and just a little over halfway through our 3rd quarter. Hey, Bulls have a chance, trailing now by just 18. And Marcus McGill, the reason why. Hands with glue on him if you watch this catch again.
He just reached up and snagged that one out of the air, and Buffalo shows some life.
Remember when Christmas was magical? When the mailman delivered to the North Pole? and we all had a front row shoulder-top seat at the parade. Let's get back there. Santa's Wonderland at Bass Pro Shops has what we've all been missing. With the crafts, arcades, RC trucks, even a picture with Santa, and it's all free. That's right, free. Time passes. Hold on to Christmas.
Burger King created a better way to Buffalo with new Buffalo Chicken Fries. Buffalo Chicken Fries, only at Burger King.
The 5 Truth or Dare Challenge is back. Are you game?
Sunday morning, I'm like a kid at Christmas.
How is that not a touchdown?
I like the variety of the league. It's really easy to use.
Choose a one-week league, pick your team, and get your cash winnings after Monday night.
Live scoring on FanDuel is awesome.
It's good to see just my score rise and rise and rise.
Millions of people have already won money on FanDuel. It can really pay to be a fan. Try FanDuel today, and we'll refund your entry fee if you don't win. Go to FanDuel.com and enter promo code FORWARD.
Huge game inside the conference.
This is a game with postseason implications.
Oklahoma, Baylor, Saturday at 8 Eastern on ABC.
Bulls with new life, trailing by 18 halfway through our third quarter. Courtesy of Marcus McGill, a senior from Rochester, New York, his third touchdown of the season, and perhaps his biggest one thus far. Ray Bentley, Roy Philpott back here in Buffalo. Critical MAC showdown. Wednesday night MAC, and you can't beat it. As Grassman sends it to Turner from his 2. Argyris Turner breaks a tackle, still on his feet, and finally dragged down from behind in Buffalo territory. A return of 58 yards.
Turner has a 86-yard touchdown return to his credit. Almost busted that one.
First down and 10 coming up when we get back for Northern Illinois.
Looks like some folks have had it with their airline credit card miles. Sometimes those seats cost a ridiculous number of miles. Or there's a fee to use them. I know, it's so frustrating. They'd be a lot happier with the Capital One Venture card, and you would too. Why? It's so easy with Venture. You earn unlimited double miles on every purchase every day. Just book any flight you want, then use your miles to cover the cost. Now that's more like it. What's in your wallet?
Wrangler Advanced Comfort jeans are as comfortable as they are tough. They're built with a U-shaped construction. They don't cut into you like jeans with a V pattern.
Why is somebody always trying to tackle me? Wrangler, real comfortable jeans.
Why wait for the weekend for fun when you can get our best deal ever on Wednesdays at Dave & Buster's? Play half-price games every Wednesday. Every game is half off all day long. All the fun, half the price. Only on Wednesdays at Dave & Buster's.
This New Year's Eve will be so awesome. The stars have all aligned. So match your jerseys and cummerbunds, 'cause now it's playoff time. Yes, New Year's Eve will be so awesome, watching college football through confetti. Missing out is not an option, so plan accordingly.
1st and 10 coming up for the Huskies. Garris Turner, a 58-yard return. It also has 6 catches tonight for about 40 yards. Beebe in motion. And Graham takes it right up the gut after a hard collision. Gain of 8 yards on 1st down, brought down by Ryan Williamson.
And again, the explosiveness of Graham running the football continues to impress. As he develops into the passing game, gets a little more comfortable with that, he's going to be dynamite.
Turner, 7th catch. Just to 9 as he spins his way across the 30. Needed 2, gained 4 for the 1st down. Berry with a stop.
And interestingly, just 2 receivers have caught the football tonight for Northern Illinois, and that's Turner and then Galladay are the 2 guys that Graham has gotten the ball to.
Galladay without a catch in this 2nd half so far. Until now, right on cue. Kenny Galladay shoved out of bounds at the 23.
And they took advantage of the huge cushion that Marcus Baker is giving Galladay over there, and rightly so, because you don't want that guy running past you.
Jordan Hoff the handoff, stacked up, driven backwards. Chuck Harris, the initial hit. Backup defensive end who really starting to emerge for this Buffalo defense.
Harris is doing an extremely good job, and then no relation, Damone Harris, another young defensive lineman, is making plays for this Buffalo defense, and that's, I believe, Chuck Harris down on the ground.
A freshman out of Southfield, Michigan.
And when we spoke with the Northern Illinois coaching staff, in fact, Rod Carey said, you know, Buffalo's got a couple of really nice young pass rushers that you have to be aware of, and Harris was one of those guys.
Timeout on the field, and we'll take one with them. Northern Illinois, an 18-point lead here in Buffalo.
Texans Bengals at 8:15 Monday on ESPN.
I'm a fan of things that go.
I'm a fan of all things Shelty.
When it comes to snacking,
I'm a fan of hot and melty.
I'm a fan of DQ. I'm a fan of DQ bakes.
3 new oven hot snacks like the Buffalo Chicken Snack Melt, only at your DQ.
No jeans are both comfortable and good looking. He's still not getting it. Can you please tell him?
Actually, new Lee jeans are both comfortable and good looking.
Yes. So put the jeans on. What's the matter with this? Everything.
New Lee jeans with active comfort denim. Comfort never looked so good.
This New Year's Eve will be so awesome. The stars have all aligned. So match your jerseys and cummerbunds, 'cause now it's playoff time. Yes, New Year's Eve will be so awesome, watching college football through confetti. Missing out is not an option, so plan accordingly.
There's nothing better than being able to fix things myself. And there's nothing worse than getting stuck on a project. It's a good thing Craftsman Tools have my back. Their Extreme Grip series gives me the grip I need when I run into a rounded off or rusted on fastener. The Extreme Grip 5-piece socket set has movable serrated jaws that automatically adjust to fit both standard and metric bolts for 14 times more gripping power. With these sockets, even the toughest bolts don't slow me down. You get the full set for just $19.99. That's 50% off. And strip screws? Forget it. The diamond-coated tips on the Extreme Grip 6-piece screwdriver set dig in to give 4 times more gripping power than normal everyday screwdrivers. You can get the whole set for 50% off, now just $19.99. And Craftsman hand tools are protected by a lifetime full warranty. This holiday season, put Craftsman Extreme Grip tools at the top of your wish list.
ESPNU College Football Primetime is brought to you by Dave & Buster's. Eat, drink, play, watch sports.
And as always this time of year, we like to salute all of our nation's veterans, past and present. We take a look at some of the courageous soldiers from around the globe proudly showing off their school pride. We thank all of you for your service.
Second that.
Back here in Buffalo, Ray Bentley, Roy Philpott, 3rd down and 3. Graham a little shake and bake and a shimmy across the 20.
I don't think he got it. His knee went down before he lunged forward. And the official on the near side here spotted that. But I still think they'll go for it here on the 4th down.
2 for 2 tonight.
Watch how his knee goes down before he lunges forward.
And the handoff. Buono near side's got the first down, stays in bounds, and dragged down just short of the 10-yard line by Marcus Baker. Drive continues for the Huskies.
I continue to be impressed by Buono and his patience as a runner, and also the vision, because you got to not only be patient in terms of being able to cut back or break it outside, bounce it, but you also need the vision to be able to see that it's available.
Ryan Graham hands it off Buono. Dragged down from behind, and Yanwu with the hit. Reserve defensive lineman. They got about 10 players they'll rotate in Buffalo's front 4. Lacking depth in the back 7. That's something they're going to try to address in recruiting with this next cycle.
Right, it's a building process, and you know, I always believe the games are won and lost up front, and when you build, that's where you start. That's what they've done.
Tap dancing in the backfield up to the 5-yard line. 3rd down and goal coming up for the Huskies. Barry again with the tackle.
And had a little help from Ryan Williamson, the safety, coming up to finish it off. But again, Barry has adapted to that linebacker position from his safety spot extremely well. Coach said he's a straight line player. And I see what he means by that, because he will, when he gets an opening or a window, he does attack it in a hurry.
He'll float one towards Galladay, and it's out of bounds. Graham, too much mustard on that pass. Baker in coverage. He's made some circus catches like that before, but couldn't do it there.
And if you're going to miss one of those, you want to miss it outside, wide, long, however you want to refer to it. You do not want to hang one of those things short and let the defender have a chance at the football.
Here's Christian Hagan on the field for a 22-yarder from the right hash.
Tough angle there.
.12 out of 15 this season. Long of 52 yards. And the kick is good. The Huskies tack on 3 points to their lead. And the new score 31-10. Under 4 minutes to play in our 3rd quarter. And don't forget Saturday Night Football presented by Walmart. Number 12 Oklahoma versus undefeated and 6th ranked Baylor. That's coming up on ABC at 8 Eastern. Of course, this game's results will have a big impact not only in the Big 12 race, but in the college football playoff as well. It's coming up Saturday at 8 on ABC, also streaming live on Watch ESPN. You take a look at the updated college football playoff rankings, Ray. Clemson remains number 1, followed by Bama, Ohio State, Notre Dame. What stands out to you with this list?
Notre Dame's sneakily all of a sudden in the playoffs, and it hasn't been like they've had this great season that everyone's talking about, yet they've been able to find their way into this group. And as they continued, you know, they've got a couple of tough ones left. I think the playoffs will actually begin when they play Stanford, because I think the winner of that's going to make it.
Certainly could be a play-in game, provided if Stanford wins, it goes on to win the Pac-12. But for Notre Dame, a lone loss this season at number 1 Clemson by just 2 points nearly a month ago. We'll see how it shakes out, but always exciting this time of year with the 2nd ever college football playoff.
Yeah, and it's kind of fun. It just generates a lot of conversation, good arguments, and whatnot.
I don't know if good's the word I would use,
right,
but yes, they're out there.
Intense arguments, but it really is meaningless until the last one. You know, you look at last year, the initial rankings in Ohio State was 16. And they, you know, obviously we all know where they ended up.
After the return, Johnson in the backfield. Licata with time as the pocket collapse. Looking for Weiser. In and out of his big bitch.
That's a great example of the bravery or courage of Joe Licata, of hanging in there to the very last second and then throwing the football and taking his medicine. And the coaches were very complimentary of him in mentioning that part of his game. You know, they emphasize that and the intelligence that he has, although you might want to question it when you stand in there and take a hit like that from Fleming.
one of the first times tonight he has been hit. On second down, gets it out of there quickly. A dangerous toss. And brought in by Ron Willoughby once again for a short gain.
Yeah, I thought that was intended for Marcus McGill, who was right in the throwing lane. The inside receiver running the same kind of route and out route. But it was a nice job of Willoughby bringing it in despite the defender draped all over him.
Trips top of the screen, 3rd down and 4.
I think they made contact when they went across the line of scrimmage there. That was Corey Thomas, the nose tackle. And more discussions over whether it was offsides or a false start tonight.
Greg Blum, our referee.
Offside. Defense, number 45. The 5-yard penalty results in a first down.
Interesting that they called it on Mays as opposed to Thomas. Because it was clearly Mays that I saw, but Thomas jumped as well, and I think he's the one that they got.
The drive continues. Now from the 38 as Jordan Johnson checks back in the backfield. 4th penalty of the evening against the Huskies. Generate that first down. Play action. There's the dump off. Weiser's got it, crossing the 45, a gain of 13 and another first down.
Yeah, just a little pop pass where the offensive line and everybody except the quarterback is thinking run here. But as a pre-snap read and then post-snap read as well, Licata's looking at the conflict player. In that case, it was the safety who basically crashed the box, leaving that seam wide open for Weiser to make the grab.
Shuffle pass. Weiser again dives forward. Quality pickup on first down. It'll bring up 2nd and 3. Perez Ford with the tackle.
I find it interesting that they use a tight end in that kind of play. Ford makes the tackle, but usually you want more of a running back type guy to get the ball on those shuttle passes. But Coach Leipold knows that his tight ends are as skilled as anyone he has with the football out there on the field.
Johnson now in the Wildcat. And a patient run. There goes Johnson. One man to beat. Can he get there? Johnson, touchdown. Lightning in a bottle from 47 yards out.
What a great run by Johnson. I've been talking about running back patience tonight as Lurie's still on the ground. He's getting up a little slow. But the patience that Johnson displays in this run, he goes off to his left and he kind of dips, holds, waits, tries one little thing, and then boom. And then when he hits the gas, forget about it. He can just flat out roll. And Joe Licata chasing down there thinking he might be able to get a block. Got left in the dust.
The extra point on the way. Looked as if it was tipped at the line of scrimmage. It is no good.
I don't know if it was tipped or if he just plain yanked it.
Lance Leipold wondering the same thing. William Lee crashed the line.
Yeah, Mitchison missed one just like that last week against Kent. And it just makes you kind of wonder what's going on here. You're right, they had the penetration, but he just flat out shanked that thing, pulled it right.
Nonetheless, the touchdown counts from 47 yards out. And Jordan Jackson, that Jordan Johnson's got his Bulls right back in the thick of this one, trailing now by just 15 here at the end of our 3rd quarter.
And that little dip that he made into the line really brought in all the defenders, the second-level defenders, collapsed inside, and then when he popped it out, there was nobody left home, and with his speed, Johnson takes it to the house. A drive Buffalo desperately needed to stay in this one.
Well, the Bulls reached pay dirt twice in this 3rd quarter. After connecting on just a field goal in the first 2, they missed a couple of field goal attempts as well, which could prove costly. And the Buffalo kicking game certainly struggling this evening, as it has the last couple of weeks. Rasmussen's kickoff Fielded by Turner, 1 yard deep. Here's Turner, spins his way, crossing the 20. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Huskies right there.
On the 21-yard return. Hands off the tackle for the Bulls.
And don't forget, we have a great women's volleyball matchup for you Thursday night on ESPNU. Not only are Stanford and Washington 2 of the best in the Pac-12, they're also 2 of the top teams in the country. Cardinal Huskies, that's coming up 11 Eastern. Also streaming live on Watch ESPN, number 6 versus number 3. And back now to live action, Jordan Huff. As Turner goes in motion and gets the end-around handoff again. Baker shoves him out of bounds, crossing the 30, and a gain of 10.
And they get to the edge so quickly. When Turner takes that handoff, he's already at full speed, and that's what makes it such a difficult play to defend. It's so sudden.
Here comes the tempo. Turner again, 8 catches tonight, slides down. Fortunate to get back close to the line of scrimmage. Brandon Berry credited with the tackle.
Berry does a nice job in space. That was one of those straight line attacks that he likes to make. There's 2 different style of defenders, a shooter or a shuffler. Berry is a shooter.
Graham.
Shuffler. Berry is a shooter.
Graham, the quick strike. Galladay's got it. Be 3rd down and 5 coming up, and the Bulls need a stop, trailing by 15. Cameron Lewis, the stop there.
They have not blitzed a whole lot tonight. This, to me, would be a perfect time to bust that open and come after the young quarterback, Ryan Graham. See if you can get his feet moving a little bit.
And making his first career start. Calls his own number. Graham. He's got some speed, and he's got a 1st down. Needed 5, gained 7. Alozie with the stop.
And Alozie was in a spy position. He was set up to make that play. It was a great defensive call, except that Graham is just too quick. He was able to get enough yards for the 1st down, even though Buffalo had the perfect defense call.
And some fireworks from both sides in that 3rd quarter, but the Bulls, a couple of scores.
Got it going with a little offense in that 3rd quarter, taking it on the run, getting it up in there, the play action pass, the great catch by McGill, and then the run, the Johnson romp around the end.
Oklahoma, Baylor, Saturday at 8 Eastern on ABC.
Bring us your aching and sleep deprived. Bring us those who want to feel well rested. Aleve PM, the only one to combine a safe sleep aid plus the 12-hour pain-relieving strength of Aleve. Be a morning person again with Aleve PM.
This is how you'll look when you shop at DXL. But this is how you'll feel. All the brands you love, waist size 38 and up. DXL, you're looking good. This is how you'll look when you shop at DXL. But this is how you'll feel. All the brands you love, waist size 38 and up. DXL, you're looking good. Right now, Harbor Bay long sleeve tees are just $29.99 each when you buy 2 or more.
Nothing artificial. Just real roasted turkey. Salt, pepper, carved thick. That's the right way to make a good turkey sandwich. The right way to eat it is however you eat it. as it should be.
I got you something to keep you warm. On the inside.
At Jared, we only sell one piece of jewelry for the holidays. The one that melts her heart. And it's waiting for you. At Jared. Come join us for the Jared Light Up the Holidays event. This exclusive event features our very best prices of the year and a new selection of beautiful pieces. The one incredible gift you've been looking for is waiting for you at Jared.
How you doing?
Hey, how are you?
Are we watching the game?
You'll see.
I think my boys have a shot this year.
Yeah, especially with this new offense we're running. I mean, our running back is a beast. Once he hits the hole and breaks through the secondary, oh, he's gone. And our linebackers and DBs dish out punishment and never quit. You didn't expect this, did you?
I didn't.
The Nissan Altima. There's a fun side to every drive. Nissan, innovation that excites.
From residential to commercial, from large loss to emergency response. Whenever damage strikes, call on the cleanup team that's faster to any size disaster at 1-800-SERVE-PRO, like it never even happened.
To file a claim, please state your name.
Carney Wilson.
Thank you. Can you hold on?
Really? Hey, I know there's pain. Why do you lock yourself up in these chains? This would be so easy if you had Progressive. Our mobile app would let you file a claim and help you find one of our service centers where we manage the entire repair process.
Things will go your way if you hold on.
Someday somebody's gonna make you want to turn around and say goodbye. Say goodbye. No, you just made it weird.
Wednesday night action continues back in Buffalo. And the Huskies with a 15-point lead. Ray Bentley, Roy Philpott on hand. Glad you could join us tonight on a brisk evening here in upstate New York. And now on first down, Ryan Graham back in there at quarterback. Huff nearly tackled in the backfield. And an aggressive run will net him 4 yards. And that was all Jordan Huff in that play.
And that was a corner blitz. Buffalo called it perfectly, but Cameron Lewis, who shot in there, just didn't make the tackle. It's twice now that Buffalo's been in a great defense, but just haven't been able to execute.
Swing pass. There's Turner, far side, and steps out of bounds, crossing the 45. Danabo shoved him. Otherwise, that play could still be going on.
Yeah, Turner's got some quicks. He moves laterally pretty good with the football there.
When Ray replacing Tommy Lee Lewis tonight, he has done a remarkable job. We're expecting Lewis back next week against Western Michigan. Handoff up to the 40.
Nice little cutback by Huff. They run that inside zone, and a lot of times that ball will end up popping out of the very backside behind the tight end even.
Bulls hanging around, trailing by 2 scores. Drag a couple of defenders across the 40. Damone Harris finally brings him down. So Jordan Huff, the back we're seeing more times than not here in this second half so far.
And Buffalo did a line change up front. Let's see if they're snap.
Big third down here, more tempo, and the pass in the incomplete. Look. We got a ball game. Bulls trail by 25 at halftime, now by just a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Under 14 minutes to play, Ray Bentley, Roy Philpott, the first career interception for Cameron Lewis.
And a big one, no doubt about it. He'll never forget this night, I promise you. And really just a poor decision by Coach Carey in going for that thing. I think it was either a case of misplaced confidence or greed, trying to get too much. You got to kick that one away and make Buffalo earn it instead of giving them an opportunity for a cheap one, and that's what occurred. Great play by Lewis, though, I got to tell you.
Raspman puts a foot into it, fielded by DJ Brown from his own 14, and Brown with an alley and shoved out, crossing the 30-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Huskies after an 18-yard return.
Let's go back to that interception, and it's going to be at the bottom of your screen. Brescison is the receiver, and Lewis is the defender. And watch Lewis. He's playing this slant route the entire way, and he's going to just couple back pedal steps, plant, and cut it off. I mean, he was there very early. He played slant. He had no doubt about it in my mind. He guessed, and he guessed right, and he took it to the house.
Bulls now with 7 defensive touchdowns this season to lead the country. Turner in motion. Buono tackled in the backfield, and he'll lose a yard. Solomon Jackson.
Great job, and that's what happens when you get it going. One guy starts a little bit of a fire, and then everyone else turns into a log and jumps on it, and next thing you know, you got yourself something blazing, and this Buffalo team is fired up and ready to go right now.
You have a quarterback making his first career start on the road. Let's see what he does here. Is the confidence shaken? Looking for Galladay. It is not. Galladay's got it. Touchdown NIU. There are no flags on the field.
And they went right back after Cameron Lewis. And I don't know if he slipped, fell down, or what exactly happened to him down there, but he let Galladay get a good 10, 15 yards behind him. And it's just I mean, there's great protection, and you won't have an easier pass if you're Ryan Graham for a long touchdown. And Lewis, he just basically fell when he tried to turn the hips.
And ironically, that pitch and catch from 68 yards out a few moments ago. Cameron Lewis, the pick 6 from 68 yards out. Huskies reasserting themselves. The 15-point advantage under 13 minutes to play. Kenny Galladay, what a player.
A great play, but how about Graham after throwing that pick 6, turns right around and drops a dime to his big guy down the field, and Galladay extends the lead.
Arkansas, LSU, Saturday at 7:15 on ESPN.
No jeans are both comfortable and good looking. He's still not getting it. Can you please tell him?
Actually, new Lee jeans are both comfortable and good looking.
Yes. So put the jeans on. What's the matter with this? Everything.
New Lee jeans with active comfort denim. Comfort never looked so good.
First class, gonna punch your way to fitness. Hey, great form though. A little goodness is the beginning of greatness. Whole nuts, real fruit, with dark chocolate. Introducing Goodness Knows.
What makes a great beer? It's a battle between hops and malt. Flour versus grain. Bitter versus sweet. Too much hops, and you've got a pint full of pine flavor. Too much malt, and all you taste is caramel. There's only one way to win this battle, by achieving balance. Sam Adams Boston Lager. Hops and malt in perfect harmony. No more.
These hands are made to work, so I can't waste time with stripped and rusted fasteners. That's why I love the Craftsman Extreme Grip line. Screwdrivers with diamond-coated tips deliver 4 times more grip than standard ones. And sockets that fit snug on rounded bolts for 14 times more gripping power to keep me moving. Craftsman hand tools are protected by a lifetime full warranty. This holiday, put Craftsman at the top of your wish list.
(38-23) back in Buffalo, Northern Illinois. The 15-point lead after the 68-yard pitch and catch, and Kenny Galladay, 6 grabs, 141 yards, a couple of scores. It's what he does best.
In the last 2 games, he's got 14 for 269 and 3 touchdowns. That's a good couple weeks of action.
And 1 yard deep, Johnson kneels down. Walk me through this last play because it looked like Lewis was burned.
Yeah, and he bit. Watch Lewis on the bottom of your screen, and Galladay is going to chop his feet down. And so Lewis is going for another pick 6. He guesses again and starts to break to come up, and then by the time he got his feet back under him, it was too late. Galladay's 10 yards past him. So a great call with a double move, going after a corner that you saw basically jump a route in the previous series and get a pick 6 out of it. And they went to him again, and they got what they wanted.
Gotta love Wednesday night action. Back and forth we go. An eventful fourth quarter. Float one down the field. Willoughby in and out of his mitts. And a pass is incomplete.
It looked to me like that Paris Logan had a hold of one of Willoughby's arms, but that usually doesn't stop Willoughby. I've seen him make several catches where one guy's got a hold of one arm and he makes it with the other. And all that momentum that Buffalo had after that pick six just got tore right out of them.
Anthony Taylor in the backfield now. And he'll get the handoff like a dart right up the gut. And that's good enough for a first down after a gain of 11. Brought down by Boomer Mays.
Yeah, you were right, like a dart. He has a gas pedal, that kid. He can just hit it and get it straight up the field. Had a nice block from Rubens Joseph, too.
Bulls go tempo. There's the tight end, Weiser. A gain of 9 yards. Mays again with the hit.
And I think Joe Licata has to continue to throw the football and take shots down the field. They need to manufacture some sort of big play because they're running out of time to just kind of gently matriculate down the field.
Bulls trail by 25 at halftime. 2nd down and 1 here as they go back to the Wildcat. And a nice hard run, punishing by Anthony Taylor. Brandon Mays the tackle.
Yeah, he kind of ran Mays right over, and Mays is fortunate that Taylor wasn't able to maintain his balance because he did not wrap up on that tackle. He just threw his whole shoulder in there.
Bulls will go back to the huddle as Licata settles in. They'll go under center this time. And play action, looking deep down the field. Colin Lisa, the comebacker, makes the catch. And the stutter step finally dragged down near the 30 after a gain of 19 yards.
That was a really nice route by Colin Lisa. He fought his way inside, then crossed back outside like he was going to run a fade.
And Ray, you can start to feel Joe Licata find his rhythm, find this groove in this second half. Much more efficient since halftime tonight.
He's up to 20 for 31 for 247 on the evening with a touchdown and those 2 interceptions that were really great plays by Northern Illinois.
Floats it down the field for Willoughby. And Logan in coverage, can't come up with a catch.
And they're letting Logan get away with all kinds of grabbing on Willoughby. I'm amazed that there's no flag on that. I mean, he was all over him and grabbing.
Joe Licata now the all-time leading passer in Buffalo history. Broke the record about halfway through the 3rd quarter. Mr. Buffalo, he's known around these parts.
And some of them play calls on that wristband are really long, and that's why they do it that way, so nothing gets lost in translation.
That's McGill in motion. Out of the shotgun this time is Licata. And McGill with the catch on 2nd down. He'll gain 5. Marlon Moore the stop.
And Moore went for a little helicopter ride, twisting himself around McGill.
You got to think this is 4-down territory for the Bulls, trailing by 15. The kicking game struggling.
And Northern Illinois showed blitz initially. Let's see if they change their call, because Buffalo certainly changed theirs.
Weiser still double checking that play on his wristband.
Yeah, I saw that.
Taylor the handoff. Needed 5. He'll gain about a yard. It'll bring up 4th and 4. Boomer Mays the hit.
And those wristbands, all the skill players have them on, and so that they can go fast, and the sideline just gives them a number, and they all can check it at the same time. And as you mentioned, 4-down territory, there's no question they'll go for this.
What do you call here? Play action? You try to dump it off for your big tight end.
You know, I don't think play action is going to fool anybody, and they've got it in a empty formation. So yeah, I'd look for 89 would be the primary, the closest man in the trips up at the top.
He'll go the opposite direction. A pass incomplete, tipped away at the last second. Paris Logan got his hand on it, and nicely done by the NIU defense.
That was very good defense by Logan, and he's been all over Willoughby all night. And that time, a clean play.
Joe Licata comes up empty. 1st and 10 for the Huskies when we come back.
I really want a cupcake.
But not the calories.
Little sweet sliding down the banister.
Someone crying because they can't have a cupcake.
I didn't cry.
On the inside, you did. Little Sweet can hear that.
He can.
Don't worry. Little Sweet brought you some sweet zero-calorie treats called Diet Dr. Peppers.
Oh, yeah.
That is sweet.
Little Sweet defying gravity.
Is that Little Sweet?
Diet Dr. Pepper.
It's the sweet one.
Sunday morning, I'm like a kid at Christmas.
How is that not a touchdown?
I like the variety of the league. It's really easy to use.
Choose a one-week league, pick your team, and get your cash winnings after Monday night.
Live scoring on FanDuel is awesome.
It's good to see just my score rise and rise and rise.
Millions of people have already won money on FanDuel. It can really pay to be a fan. Try FanDuel today. We'll match your first deposit up to $200. Go to FanDuel.com and enter promo code COUCH.
The cold truth is, if a cold keeps you up at night, you can't just catch up on sleep the next day. New Alka-Seltzer Plus Night Cold and Cough Liquid relieves tough cold symptoms and quiets coughs for up to 8 hours to help you sleep at night. New Alka-Seltzer Plus Night Liquid.
Some people say a good steak doesn't need sauce. Whoops! Arby's just put some exclusive A1 sauce on good steak. I hope those people don't get angry. Arby's, we have the meats.
The ESPN app is a must-have for all college football fans. Never miss a touchdown or game-changing moment. All the best highlights delivered from the field to your phone in seconds. Download the ESPN app right now. Back in Buffalo, fourth quarter continues after the 4th down stop by Northern Illinois. Ray Bentley, Roy Philpott on hand, under 10 minutes to play.
And Northern comes out an unbalanced line.
Boigno crossing the 25 up to the 27.
And this is where the Buffalo defense has to start taking some chances. They have to dial up some blitzes now. Coach Borland's got to look deep on that sheet to try and force something, to make something happen on that side of the ball.
Huff the ball carrier on that 1st down play. Graham keeps it. Want to be careful with your quarterback right now, Ray. When you think about the depth chart, Tommy Fielder hasn't played a snap. He's just a freshman. Running Graham this late.
Yeah, and he took a shot, too, at the end of this play. And you're right. It's a fine line is what it is.
Go tempo. Graham straight ahead. And on 3rd down, only gain a yard.
Because you have to run him enough. I mean, that's a big part of this offense. Before Drew Hare got hurt, he had 104 carries over the course of the season. And that's a lot. It's part of this offense. It's what they do. And you really can't take that away and expect to be successful. So, like I said, a fine line. You want to run him enough to get what you need. But you want to be careful, too, if that's possible.
The Bulls defense holds. Ambrose. Float a punt to Colin Lisa, who makes the fair catch. Contact late, and here comes the flag. It was a punt of 40 yards, but Buffalo will have better field position than that after this penalty.
Yeah, and it was Hunt who just couldn't put the brakes on, so he tried to jump over top of the returner. Devontae Hunt just couldn't. He didn't have the brakes, no air brakes. And really, it's a shame because he was trying to avoid the contact, but he chose to go up in the air to do so.
$15-yard penalty. 1st down, Buffalo.
That'll push it all the way out to the 43-yard line. The Bulls trailing by 15, still in it. Not even halfway through our 4th quarter.
And this is where you need air brakes right here. And you see the fair catch, and Hunt saw it too, but he was just stuck and tried to go up over. Didn't work.
Bulls need to strike and strike quickly. Licata with time, winds it up, and the pass is caught. Be a gain of 9 yards on first down. Marcus McGill, the grab, brought down by Moore.
McGill does a great job of coming back to the ball to really help his quarterback out. And that was the fastball from Licata. I don't know that he can throw it any harder than that.
Not a mobile quarterback, but accurate. Lisa the catch, and that's a first down, a gain of 7. And now inside of Northern Illinois territory.
And Buffalo's kicked it up into that higher gear in terms of tempo. And really, it's because of the clock. Down 2 scores with 7+ minutes left to go. You're running out of opportunities and time.
Tight end Weiser. A gain of 7, shoved out by Bobby Jones the 4th. Licata finding his rhythm again.
Yeah, and yet another fastball. He's got a lot of different pitches, and we've seen him. He throws it from different platforms, but the last 2 have been ones right down the middle.
More tempo, looking for his tight end. This time he can't corral it.
A rare drop. You don't see Weiser miss him very often. Now they go back to the huddle.
As time stops, Buffalo with all 3 timeouts remaining. They need a touchdown on this drive. Keep things interesting after trailing by 25 at halftime earlier tonight. And credit Buffalo for coming back in this one and finding some semblance of an offense in this second half. Licata with time, absorbs a hit, floats it downfield. Lisa's got it for the touchdown.
But he pushed off. The flag came out. I think this is going to be on Lisa for pushing off on Logan. Although, and how ironic is that, because Logan's been all over the receivers all night.
Pass interference. Defense, number 29. The penalties decline. Result of play, touchdown.
I think they got Logan the one time he didn't interfere. How about that? What an amazing turn of events. Take a look at it yourself. He's going to be the guy in the slot running a wheel route. He's going to get up around the outside, and it's mano-y-mano. And we got back to it. You just saw the hand of Lisa on Paris as they were kind of fighting between the 2 of them.
Well, they've been going back and forth all night. Movement on the extra point. And I think you're right. Logan's gotten his fair share of contact this evening without the flag.
Yeah. He plays hard. I give him credit.
Bulls right back in this one, now trailing by 9. PAT to come.
Offside. Defense, number 92. Half the distance to the goal.
I still don't think you go for 2 here, because if you miss it, you're down 2 scores then. It becomes a 9-point differential. You need to just kick your extra point and be within 8, because you don't want to lose the game right now on this play. And I think if you end up down 2 possessions at this point, that's not where you want to be. I think this is a great decision by Coach Leipold to kick.
So even after the penalty, he'll keep Mitchison on the field for the point after try. Now the twists and turns in this game tonight have been fast and furious in this second half. The extra point is good. Our new score 38-30, 6:46 remaining. Wednesday night action. You can't beat this.
Take a look at it again, and there's the push off there late. That's a tough call for Paris Logan, although he's been getting away with it all night. And Joe Licata has a nice little seated celebration there on the midfield logo.
Now he's a senior. He's been there. He's done that. You see the scoring drive. Buffalo now needs to find some kind of way to stop or at least slow down the Huskies.
That's the key. They need to take the football away one way or another. And that's the challenge here for this defense, or get a 3 and out. But several times Buffalo has gained the momentum here tonight, and Northern Illinois has immediately answered and snuffed it out. Let's see if they can do so again.
Huskies perhaps thinking about an onside kick try from the Bulls, but nothing doing there, and they'll back it up.
Yeah, and the front line is up closer than they have been throughout the night, so they're still on high alert up front.
Brown and Turner back deep to receive this Grassman kickoff. Turner from his 5. Gets ahead of steam. There he goes, and tackled at the 26. A reminder, Saturday on ESPN, a couple of big games with playoff implications in store. First at 3:30 Eastern, number 8 Oklahoma State will battle Iowa State in Ames, presented by Cars.com. The 9th-ranked LSU is going to try to bounce back against a red-hot Arkansas team. That game heads your way at 7:15, presented by Hilton Hotels. Both games also streaming live, of course, on Watch ESPN. Arkansas on a miracle win on the road at Ole Miss last week. Brandon Allen's got the hot hand at quarterback. We'll see what LSU can do after a loss to Alabama.
Yeah, see how they rebound.
On first down, power formation. Buono straight ahead, the bully. And he's got 10 yards on first down. And here inside of UB Stadium, glad you could join us tonight. Wednesday night Maction. Ray Bentley, Roy Philpott. Critical game for both of these teams. Buffalo trying to become bowl eligible for just the 3rd time in school history with a win. And IU trying to keep pace in the MAC West with Western Michigan. Play action. Graham with time. Galladay wide open and incomplete.
Just out of the outstretched hands of Kenny Galladay. And Galladay just beat Baker down the field. And nobody's happier than Baker right now of this ball going a little too deep. I'm pretty impressed with Galladay and his ability to continue to get open deep. They know he's going deep, but you can't stop it.
Just a fly pattern, straight ahead with a handoff. Up to the 46. That'll make it 3rd down and a long 2 with a stop by Gilbo.
And Gilbo took a little bit of a ride there. When Buono gets the momentum going forward, that's tough sledding to try and stop him.
Tempo. Buono needed to get up to the 48. And he's going to be stopped about 2 yards short. Nick Gilbo, the former walk-on, a big hit once again.
Gilbo did an outstanding job of squaring up in the hole and not making it be an arm tackle. When you try to arm tackle Buono, you go for a ride. And Northern Illinois needs to punt this football. Hopefully they learned their lesson after the previous 4th down interception that was returned for a touchdown. And they're going to let the clock run down and either take a penalty or a timeout, and then they're going to punt, is what I believe. The play clock down now, getting close.
That's exactly what Rod Carey's going to do.
Second
Huskies.
timeout, Northern Illinois. 32nd timeout.
Now with 1 timeout remaining, and you take a look at the updated MAC standings in both divisions. You see why this one's so important. We talked about bowl eligibility for Buffalo. With the win tonight, they'll get there. But for the Huskies, trying to keep pace with Toledo and Western.
Yeah, it's going to be one of those down to the wire deals. And the latest I've heard coming out of Kalamazoo is Bowling Green is up 14 early in the 4th quarter. And if that holds, they will clinch the East Division, and they will, as I said at the top of the show, throw a wrench into the West. You'll have 3 teams sitting there at 5-1, and Northern Illinois plays Western next week, and with possibly the title, division title on the line. And they rolled out the punt team. I think Coach Carey learned his lesson after the last one.
Ambrose from the 35 gets it away. Lisa with a fair catch at the 16. Punt of 47 yards, 1st and 10 for the Bulls, trailing by just 8, and all kinds of time to work with, plus 3 timeouts.
Yeah, Buffalo's in a great position right now. I think if you'd have told them that this would be the situation before everything started, they would have taken that with a chance with the football, 5 minutes to go, 1 score down to get a chance to go tie this thing up and just see what happens. And Joe Licata, he's been here and done that. Led his team to a comeback victory, an 18-17 win over Kent last week on a 4th quarter drive.
Anthony Taylor joins him in the backfield on first down. And Licata tackled from behind. Down he goes with a sack. Ball pops out late. That was Perez Ford with the pressure and the hit. And a big one at that, Ray.
He is fortunate that Perez didn't knock that ball loose, because Licata did not see him coming around the backside. And he initially gets forced up into the pocket, but watch Ford come around the top and close in a relentless rush. And that was very fortunate that the ball didn't come out.
First sack on Licata tonight.
The ruling of the runner being down is under further review.
And they'll send that back to the replay booth to have another look at it.
Yeah, they just wanted to take another peek at it to make sure that they get it right.
A replay official tonight, Harold Dinas, will take another look, and a couple of reviews in the first half. We're batting 1,000 so far.
Yeah, we're 3 for 3 on the night as far as us agreeing with them. That doesn't necessarily make it right, but we'll see what the deal is here. You see Licata's got that ball out there, dangerous. That's a fumble.
That is a fumble.
I believe he loses possession on the way down. Now we need an immediate clear recovery. And I believe you have that, as Northern Illinois fell on the football, not a scramble for it whatsoever. This should be Husky ball at the 9-yard line, or wherever it is they'll mark it.
The knee was not down. It has to be indisputable video evidence. The ball starts to become jarred in his hand right before the contact occurs with the knee and the turf.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a fumble. And it's so dangerous for a quarterback when you start to scramble and that you don't see that guy coming around the backside. And give Perez Ford all the credit in the world for his relentless rush as he comes after it and forces this thing loose, and then it gets pounced on by another heads-up play.
It's Ben Compton Jr. that made the fumble recovery. Heads up on his part, not knowing if the play was still alive or whistled dead.
Yeah, and that initial, or the replay, the first replay we saw was pretty clear.
After review, the ruling of the runner being down stands.
Wow.
So not seeing indisputable video evidence.
I'm a little surprised, frankly, by that call. And Coach Leipold's got to be pretty pleased, because I think he dodged one here. All right, here's the look. And I believe this ball is out before Licata goes down. Right there. He did not have possession of it. I mean, that's a fumble, but it's...
Back to live action. Lisa the catch. Bang, bang play. The replay booth says the call stands. Logan in coverage. Third down coming up for the Bulls.
Well, can they capitalize on that break? With the time running short, they do have 3 timeouts.
After a gain of 10, they're going to back them up 5 more. Tyler O'Henley.
Third down.
And the last thing they want to do is have to punt this away and rely on their defense. But I don't think they're in a situation where they have to go for it on a 4th down if they get there.
And with those timeouts, you would think that would be the case. Licata pressured, and down he goes. Back at the 1-yard line, nowhere to run. Ben Compton Jr. once again making a play.
Yeah, and Joe Licata should know better than to not throw that football out of bounds. And they'll have to punt now. And this pass rush is heated up at the right time for the Huskies. And right there, Licata, well, I mean, Licata should have thrown that thing away. He'd be the first one to tell you that at this point.
Ray, that's a loss of 11 yards. And Grassman standing at the back of his end zone. End over end kick. Beebe will watch it bounce. And down to the 35. So what a change in momentum after the Bulls had forced the stop. A 32-yard punt. Huskies now with the football, just over 3 minutes to play.
And it was all about the Husky pass rush heating up at the right time. And led by Perez Ford, getting his pressure in there. And as you called, Ben Compton, the big senior, making his presence felt.
Buffalo with 3 timeouts. Needs a quick stop to get the ball back, trailing by 8. Buono checks in and gets the handoff and dances his way past the line of scrimmage.
And if I'm Buffalo, I'm using them timeouts right now. And they do.
First timeout, Buffalo. 30-second timeout.
2 timeouts remaining for Lance Leipold's club. And a reminder, we are knocking on the front door of college basketball season. It is back, coming up on ESPNU Friday night. Coach K and the Duke Blue Devils host the Siena Saints at 7 Eastern. And then at 9 o'clock, don't miss Ben Simmons play his first game that counts for LSU as the Tigers take on McNeese State. Both games also streaming live on Watch ESPN. Ben Simmons, 6'10" native of Australia, average over 28 points per game. Nearly 12 rebounds, also can pass it. He's got supreme athleticism and the nation's #1 recruit, #1 in the ESPN 100, playing for Johnny Jones' LSU Tigers.
Looks a little bit like a Magic Johnson style guy. Take it coast to coast.
Back to live action. Turner will fake the handoff to him. Graham straight ahead. And back to the line of scrimmage. So 3rd down coming up, and Buffalo will use its second timeout.
Good defense.
Buffalo, 30-second timeout.
Very good defense by Buffalo. They committed 9 guys to the run at Northern Illinois.
Operator, please hit the game clock to 3:02. 3:02.
Every second counts.
Had Northern Illinois passed that ball,
thank you.
Somebody'd be doing a touchdown dance right now. They were so committed to the run. But it's tough to do that, you know. You want to try and run the football, run the clock out.
All right, so on 3rd down here, do you consider rolling the dice and maybe take to the air?
No, I still wouldn't do it. Even though, you know, you're going to have another all-out run-stopping situation. Actually, probably not as much on 3rd down. Buffalo will be a little more honest in terms of how they deploy. But I wouldn't throw this football, not for a second.
Joel Buono, a new career high, 154 yards on the ground tonight. And the 2 touchdowns to boot. Big play coming up right here. 3rd and 7. And he'll stay on the ground. Buono keeps the play alive. Can't get to the edge. And the Bulls will use their final timeout. Brandon Berry, the stop.
Well, you've got a field goal opportunity.
3rd and final timeout. Buffalo. 30-second timeout.
Where Christian Hagan made a 52-yarder last week, and we asked Coach Carey about that very question. Where could you kick it? And he says, well, he made a 52-yarder, so now he thinks he's a 50-yard field goal kicker. And that might not be a bad deal. In fact, that's what I would attempt to do if I'm Rod Carey. I'm going to kick a field goal. It'd be probably, what, about a 47-yarder? That's what I would do. Looks to me.
Hagan 1 for 1 tonight, 13 of 16 this season. As Ray told you, his long 52. This one will be a 47-yarder.
He has had 1 block this season.
And that's the one fear if you're a fan of the Huskies. From the right hash. Kick on the way, a sidewinder, and it is good.
And that ball traveled from being wide right to almost missing to the left. But a great kick, a pressure kick, gets it done. And take a look at this kick, and that thing travels almost as much laterally as it does
by Mitchison, and also the extra point. Bulls have had their opportunities, and perhaps an opportunity for Buffalo as well to go back to the drawing board on special teams this next week in practice.
But the thing that's obvious to me is they have definitely bought into Coach Leipold's system, and they are on the rise, this Buffalo football team.
Johnson back to the 20. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Bulls right there. Well, no question, and that's an important point to make tonight when they're just one win away from bowl eligibility. You look at the schedule these final couple of weeks, and certainly they're going to have a chance to get there. And the MAC with as many as 6 bowl tie-ins this year.
Yeah, they finish up where in games I think they'll be favored. They go to Akron, and then they have UMass at home on the final week of the season.
Licata back in. Pass incomplete. Well, meanwhile, for the Huskies, road a little tougher to hoe perhaps coming up as you look in the rugged MAC West. They got their work cut out for them, and obviously riding a hot streak going in.
Yeah, they have basically a de facto championship game against Western Michigan at home next week, and then they finish with Ohio on a 6-day rest. So they certainly are not done by any means.
(41-30). Huskies in search of their 7th win of the season. And Licata trots backwards and finds his target. Pass is caught 2 yards short of the 1st down. The tackle by Lurie.
Great protection there. Gave Licata time. That was a long developing route. And once again, McGill comes back to get the football.
Bulls are out of timeouts. And a catch is made. Needed 2, gained 3 by Colin Lisa.
Rare inaccurate throw, but Lisa was still able to come get it.
Find his tight end Weiser. Gain of 11 and another 1st down for the Bulls. Love their tight ends here in Buffalo. Weiser perhaps has had more of a quiet night than what you would expect, but reception total starting to creep upwards. And here's another one. A nice move as Weiser leaps out of bounds to stop the clock. Buffalo again without any timeouts remaining.
Weiser's pretty nifty for a big fella. I think he's a guy you'll see play on Sundays, especially the way the NFL loves tight ends these days.
Textbook tight ends is how the Buffalo coaching staff refers to their jumbo targets. Dump off to the running back down to the 45. Boomer Mays with the head on Anthony Taylor.
And part of this deal right now is Northern Illinois is playing deep in all of their zones. The last thing they want is anything thrown over their head, and it opens up the underneath stuff.
Here's the double move, pass incomplete, and it's picked off. Off the carom, Brandon Mays. 2nd interception of the season.
Great hands by Mays, because that was not much of a tip. That thing was coming at him pretty quick. It was almost like self-defense. He reached up and snagged that thing. And another late in the game interception, sealing a deal for this Northern Illinois Husky defense that rises to the occasion once again.
3rd interception of the ball game for the Huskies defense, leading the MAC coming in with 14, now with 17. You got to believe the Huskies going to be a major factor in the MAC West. And
well, it's like I said, a de facto championship game next week at their house. Western Michigan comes in, and Western was trailing Bowling Green by 14, which would knot it all up. You also have Toledo looming out there with just 1 loss in that MAC West, as they beat Central Michigan yesterday, who also had only 1 loss going into that one. So it's a very competitive and top end of the MAC West division this year.
Ray, you think about Northern Illinois doing all of this with a quarterback making his first start tonight on the road. The standings tell the story with this win, 7-3, 5-1 now in league play. Buffalo falls back to 500 both in conference and overall as well.
And the latest I have is 7 minutes 38 seconds left in that ball game in Kalamazoo, with Bowling Green up on Western 41-27. So it looks like we're going to have a three-way tie atop the MAC West Division following tonight's action.
Lance Leipold, Rod Carey, exchange pleasantries at midfield as time winds down, and that's going to do it here in Buffalo. An impressive performance tonight for the Huskies.
No doubt. Answered the bell when they had to, and you can see the growth of Ryan Graham, the quarterback. He's got a really bright future ahead of him.
ESPNU Film Room is coming up next. So for Ray Bentley, I'm Roy Philpott saying so long from Buffalo. The final score tonight, 41-30. Northern Illinois proves victorious. And to watch this entire game on replay, as well as other games on our family of ESPN networks, make sure you log on to watchespn.com or download the Watch ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN. So long from Buffalo. ESPNU Film Room is headed your way next.
Welcome into Film Room. So much to get to here on ESPNU. How about the Oklahoma Sooners? You got two great backs, but you only have one football. How the Sooners improved their running game since the loss to Texas, we'll break it down for you. And the Baylor Bears, you think they're all about explosive plays? Yeah, they'll produce a couple of those, but it's a power run game and their ability to run at will that separates them from other spread offenses. And if you're Oklahoma State, you're choosing to use a two-quarterback system. Yes, choosing to use one, and it's lethal. One of the reasons why the Cowboys are amongst the best teams in college football right now. It's all coming up right now for you on Film Room.
Let's take it to the field. Let's take it to the field. I come through like the freight train.
Running angry today, and the rushing attack for the Sooners continues to get it done.
You can see my face paint. Know that I'ma get mine by knowing that the rest can't.
So we're going to come in here, and we're going to cover it up like this. We're never going to pounce on the ball.
Touchdown for Corey Coleman. He is not happy unless he's mad, and he plays like it.
Bring ruckus in your backfield like Dick Buckets. I'm telling you, your whole
Dak Prescott. Touchdown. Mississippi State's offense goes right through that defense.
Let's get it on. We ready for him. Let's get it on.
As always, it's great to have you here with us on Film Room. I'm Tom Luganbill. That is Mike Bellotti. We're going to kick it off in the Big 12, where we had our first of the gauntlet last week between TCU and Oklahoma State. Now it's Oklahoma and Baylor's turn. And one of the things we want to point out to you is how Oklahoma has chosen to improve their run game by trying to ensure that both of the best players on their team are on the field at the same time. It's in combination with tremendous perimeter blocking by the wide receivers and then utilizing the two running back set.
And this is a 20 personnel, two backs, no tight ends. So they've got three wide receivers, which allows them to get only 6 in the box. And they've got 5 linemen and an extra back. They can run power running game with P. Ryan as a blocker. They can run option. They can run wherever the case may be. Here you see them blocking back. He's arc blocking here. And they're still reading this backside. So there's a couple of combinations. The quarterback can keep the ball. He can give it here. He's got an extra blocker. This guy's in space, sort of no man's land. What do I do? And gets outside, and Mixon obviously can make some things happen after he touches the ball.
So you talk about those options. So if he wanted Baker Mayfield, this guy, let's say stunts right in here, he can read that, he can go up in here. He can give with a nice lead block on the unblocked end man line of scrimmage. Now watch the slot receiver right there, number 5. He does a great job. So what do you ask out of the back? You want him one-on-one on the secondary.
Absolutely, and that's a great job by the receiver jumping inside the established position on the defensive back to allow his running back to get a free head of steam down the field.
Now take a look right here. Now we got a little bit more of a tight alignment by Joe Mixon. This is Samaje Perine 32. Watch what he does here on the edge block.
You can see him come up isolated one-on-one with the linebacker. This is really just simply a power play. It still looks like a read option or read zone read type play, but here he's got a lead blocker coming up in the bubble, taking on, and that's a great back with a head of steam, and this guy's got to jump out of the way, and now it allows Mixon to make more yards after contact.
All right, so we've shown a couple of plays there with Mixon. Now we're going to show the exact same type of thing, but now we're going to take it to the edge as in terms of taking it between the box. And again, we want to show you the focus of the wide receivers and the personnel down the field in their position. You look at the block, getting the defender on the ground right here. and you're off to the races.
Yeah, they're in man free. You can see this here. These guys are engaged, but great job by the receivers. Look at them occupying the defensive backs. The free safety's got a one-on-one shot. You don't make that tackle, the guy's off to the races, which he is.
So instead of just having 25 on the field in a single back set or having 32 on the field in the single back set, they've created some of this misdirection, and the defense now has to be aware of so many different elements because one can be a lead blocker once again as we see this.
This is just a standard zone play. Line's blocking this way, back on this side comes over and kicks out, and it's just a standard power play. It still looks like a potential run-pass option, though, for the quarterback because he can read this. If they get a double blitz, he could throw the ball out there, pull it and throw it. He could keep it and run to the outside, so there's a multitude of plays that come off of that look.
Puts a lot of strain on the defense. So now you still get the two-back split set, but they're backed off a little bit, so that's an alert for the defense. And as we watch this